It's not going to go.
Guys, that shit just pisses me off, man. Okay.
I did this. Why can't you?
We'll do it live. Fuck it. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
We do not care.
Blah, blah, gay sex, blah, blah, Congress.
Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards.
Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Because you are making the president look bad.
Hi. Welcome to a show. I don't know what we're going to do.
We're going to do things. I heard things were happening.
Yeah, Mikey's here in spirit.
He's Trump now, see?
Trump just standing there disassociating while a man collapses behind him.
I want to hit my Diet Coke button so bad.
I could really use a Coke, guys.
I'm going to press it. Fuck this guy back here. Fuck his face. I want a Coke.
This is what he's thinking while it's happening.
It can only good happen.
I love Tesla.
There was a clip of him today saying that Jesus came down to count the votes.
Oh, yeah. Some dumb shit.
Y'all still support this fucker. He is Mushman.
He is Mushman.
In more ways than one, but Mushman. So
there's nothing going on up there.
Well, it's whatever drug cocktail they're feeding him to try to get him to stand.
Yeah, those drugs ain't going to work forever.
Or Tim, what do you think about his new fortress that they're building underneath the ballroom?
Oh, yes, I've heard about this. This is why it's going to cost $1 billion or whatever.
I'm going to see if I can find that. We could watch that while we're waiting for Mikey to come here.
There's even some Republicans out there who are like, I don't really know about this slush fund thing. Oh, here's your Jesus.
Oh my
quote,
God.
Mark.
It is a 45-minute of him talking about this.
Jesus. I got your Jesus quote.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm happy and sad.
Their report on the last election on why you won and Democrats lost. One thing that it mentions is how they failed to reach Middle America, Southern Americans. Do you think they've learned lessons from that election, and have you seen that report?
I think the elections are so rigged, and we have to do something about it, and we're going to do.
You won, bitch.
But we cannot continue to have, and frankly, the Senate and the House, they ought to get together and they ought to pass the Save America Act so that you have a voter ID, and it's so important you have proof of citizenship, little thing like proof of citizenship, and also mail-in voting, which is so crooked. So
which
in Maryland,
the president does.
As you probably
the president votes by mail all the time.
Also, a bunch of right-wingers are flying to California to try to vote in their elections because they don't have voter ID laws.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny when they figure out they can't, and it's crime.
We got a $2 super chat from the Dark Lord Greg. Too busy for his son's wedding, though.
Who got married?
One of his sons, maybe?
Did Barron get married?
Maybe. Oh, Mark, the Dark Lord Greg is a member of the cult.
Hello, fellow crawler.
The Dark Lord Greg follows Matt Dinneman on Patreon, so he gets the chapters before the rest of us.
He releases the chapters ahead of time?
On Patreon, yeah.
Oh shit! How much
That's how
money
he's-
do I have to spend?
I don't know, Greg. How much money do you give Matt Denman every month to be a part of his Patreon?
Because I'm only on book 6, so I'm not all the way caught up yet, but I'm getting there.
I finished Parade of Horribles, and it is a dark book.
Oh boy.
I am yelling, Carl.
Wife, are you using my account? Because that wasn't me.
Oh, I thought that was you, Mark. I was like,
No.
oh, Mark's being hilarious.
Nope, my wife is using my account to watch the show.
Mongo would be appalled.
Mongo, no. Stop molesting Mongo.
Greg says, I think it's like $5 a month, but I might drop to the lower tier. So, Mark, on Patreon for $5 a month, you can get the chapters for book 9 ahead of time. Now they're not finished chapters, but
the basic drafts of what he's thinking of.
And apparently that's how he's always done it. That's how he wrote the entire series. Is he started out on Patreon or whatever, and I forget what book he got picked up by the publisher, but it wasn't book 1 or 2. He self-published the first couple of books.
Well, and I was watching some interview with him. He sold the rights to the books to be published and share the profits whenever, but he made the deal so that he would keep the rights to the audiobooks.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably where he's making his millions now, because everyone loves it. And we're buying it. There we go.
So, oh yeah, back to Trump. Sorry, we fell out on a...
Dungeon Crawler Carl is better than Trump.
Carl is better than Trump.
Prepotente is better than Trump.
Man, Prepotente is the best. Greg, who's your favorite character? He's busy with a book tour right now, I would imagine.
So they had 500,000 mail-in votes that were corrupt. They were corrupt. They said the printer made a mistake. Don't believe that. And they got caught with 500,000 mail-in ballots that were corrupt.
Who did?
Got to stop it. We have a country that has a very corrupt. We have more corrupt elections than third world countries have.
To his left.
And we ought to get smart. Pass the Save America.
That belly button is an Audi for sure.
Boop.
Act. That'll be a long way. Yeah, voter ID, voter identification. The Democrats don't want to pass. Now, I'll tell you what, the Democrat voters do want to pass, 87%. But the Democrat politicians don't want to pass. And the reason is they'd never be elected again.
I don't think so.
With their policy of
that's true.
open borders, transgender for everyone, I call it transgender mutilization of your children for everybody, men playing in women's sports, all of the stuff that they do, high taxes. They want a tax hike. They voted in favor of high taxes.
They want to tax high
They voted
taxes,
against
everybody.
a tax cut. They voted in favor of men playing in women's sports. I don't know what these people are thinking. The only way they can win is to cheat, and that's what they want to do. And we ought to pass the Save
I thought
America
this was the
Act.
Jesus quote.
Nope, that is just unhinged rambling.
He's supposed to talk about California and Jesus.
Let's see. Trump.
Tons of my says, did you get your transgender yet? He did say transgender for everyone.
Okay. I
Where's
found
this
it as a
going?
short.
That'll work.
Yeah, share screen.
I'll take it.
That audio share. Can you see it?
I can see it. Hold on.
If we had Jesus Christ come down and count the votes, I would have won California. Because they do great with Hispanics. But it's a rigged vote. They said that 38 votes. Nobody knows where they're going. Of course, the Democrats say this. Disproportionately, Democrats get many more votes. Some get 8 votes. They get 8 cards. And Republicans have to call in, where's my card? It's a rigged system.
What? Huh? Do only
Do you hear that?
Hispanics like Jesus? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, because Hispanics are Christian, they would vote for him.
But only Hispanics.
Correct. No one else.
No one else. Not all the
Also,
white. Not all the white people.
the group he's deporting
Right.
is apparently going to vote for him.
He's so fucking stupid.
Come
Play it again. Play his dumb shit again.
on.
Elections are very dishonest. If we had Jesus Christ come down and count the votes, I would have won California because I do great with Hispanics. But it's a rigged vote. They said that 38 billion votes. Nobody knows where they're going. Of course, the Democrats are. Disproportionately, Democrats get many more votes. Some get 8 votes. They get 8 cards. And Republicans have to call in, where's my card? It's a rigged system.
None of that makes any fucking sense.
Tim, did you know we were supposed to get 8 cards?
What does he mean by 8 cards?
Like 7 extra fake IDs?
Or 7 ballots?
Are
we supposed to get 8 ballots?
I thought it was 1. I must have been doing it wrong for a good 15 years now.
I've only ever gotten 1 ballot.
Huh. My head hurts.
Yeah, none of that makes any sense.
Goodness gracious. Ooh,
Oh shit, Mikey's back. We gotta stop talking about it. Shut up,
Mikey.
Mark.
Mikey.
What? Gotta stop talking about him.
Mikey, did you know we're supposed to get 8 ballots?
Let me turn down the stream where I was listening to everything you said. Let me turn that down real quick. Yes, 8.
Oh, well, at least one of us knew.
I vote for my person 5 times, the person I don't like 2 times, and then 1 is for me.
Mikey's writing himself in. I like it.
Mm-hmm. I got an outside chance.
My head hurts.
This is dinner. Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So
Meat
he's got
and
a piece of chicken and a piece of broccoli and a tortilla and one other thing.
And then another thing. It's just a question mark. Whenever I try to get it, tons of ballots. Nice, tons.
It could be a tortilla, could be a potato. We don't know.
Yeah, everything's moving a little bit slow for me today.
Oh, you're good. So since we're missing a person, are we gonna break from our standard show here? Do other things? Or
yeah, I think Mikey wants to talk about this autopsy report of the Democratic Party, which is why I named the show "The Democratic Party is Dead."
I should have got champagne.
It had to happen at some point.
So I have the report, but this report seems like marked up. Like
I didn't do it.
Someone made notes, and I
Look
don't
at the very top of it. They explain it.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Let me make it bigger. Not that big. There we go.
Too big.
This document reflects the views of the author, not the DNC. The DNC was not provided with the underlying sourcing, interviews, or supporting data. So much data for many of the assertions containing heroin, and therefore cannot verify the claims presented.
I think it's heroin rather than heroin.
Heroin.
Democrats are on heroin. That's why there's an autopsy. They do their drugs.
I just want to point out, they didn't like what they saw, so there's red marks all over everything that they don't like.
Oh, I see.
Oh, and they made sure to put that at the top of every fucking page, just so that we have to read it over and over and over again.
So am I to assume that someone wrote this for them and they didn't like it?
That's why there's all these corrections on there.
Ooh, democracy is a very old institution. Didn't know that.
Yeah. We can skip.
I
the
also sped
introduction.
read that.
Methodology.
Tim's porn.
This report analyzes. Yes, it is my porn. Shut up. A range of publicly and commercially available data to identify actual investments, actions, and eventual voter behavior. The DNC put a note here saying no source or material data provided. Unsourced claims cannot be independently verified.
Did they look at the citation page?
Hilarious. No, I assume they didn't.
Okay. Because that's usually when you write massive documents like this, there's just a citation page that points to your sources.
There is
so you
one
don't
at
have
the
to put it in
bottom.
everything.
Executive fund summary. This section was not provided by author.
Because he knew you'd do he knew you would do this shit.
Yeah, read that.
Just
read this.
While
combating
in a human voice. No.
While combating an increasingly autocratic and authoritarian government lies at the forefront of the Democratic agenda, our Democratic Party must develop a plan to carry itself in America beyond 2028, if such a year ever existed. It is essentially the Democratic Party develop, organize, and implement a 10-year strategic plan to align the infrastructure, partnerships, and people we need to win. The only way this can be done is if we build to win and build to last. Is that their new fucking slogan?
Built Democrat tough.
Built democracy tough.
Like, I love how they're like, okay, guys, now let's start a 10-year plan.
That should have been.
Wait. You missed the chunkiest bit there. Go up.
Where?
Keep going.
Up.
I read that part.
No, you read that first paragraph.
You read the first paragraph.
Can we read the whole
Democrats,
thing?
Timothy, this is what we're doing today. We're reading.
Timon, stop it.
Democrats need a new forward-thinking electoral strategy focusing on more than who or what is on the ballot and addressing how Democrats can reconnect with Americans at every level across our country. We must organize everywhere to win anywhere. They paid this motherfucker more than we'll make in 1,000 summers. And this is the fucking analysis that they've come up with. We should win. Thanks.
Great.
We should get more votes than the other guy. Thanks. Thus far.
Here's my plan.
Yeah.
Free healthcare, free education, tax the rich, cut military spending, publicly funded elections.
Yeah, that pulls at like 75%. And why don't we
term
do it?
limits?
Because
term limits. That'll be tied in with the public
85%.
No, guys, we need
free
to win.
candy.
92% everywhere.
Free candy machines. It's going to be really shitty candy, but it's going to be free.
Free Werther's Originals.
Well, since we have to read the whole thing, winning anywhere means providing for a renewed focus on the voters of Middle America and the South, who have come to believe that they are not included in the Democratic vision for a stronger and more dynamic America for everyone.
They're not.
Millions of Americans are suffering from poor access to health care, manufacturing, and job loss, and failing infrastructure, yet continue to be persuaded to vote against their best interests because they don't see themselves reflected in the America of the Democratic Party. We can do this because we've done it before.
What, in 1960?
In 1989, after losing 3 straight presidential campaigns, our party refocused the conversation around policy and purpose to reclaim the vital center of American discourse.
Oh boy.
Oh, and that
understanding the center is where most people live.
Nope, hard pass.
Then DNC
Hard
chair
pass.
Ron Brown led Democrats out of the political wilderness by supporting candidates putting people first, prioritizing the economy, and offering America hope. It was Ron Brown who understood every corner of America was hurting and proclaimed his tenure will be less about race and more about the races we win.
Sorry, guys. Hard pass. Nope.
Ron Brown has challenged the Democratic Party.
That's why we're reading this, because it is full of this shit. Tons of money. $5 ruse. Mikey's Hoodie 2028. Free the Werthers. Yes. They've been imprisoned in their little candy prisons, their little plastic prisons. Free them. Join them with your mouth.
We should do a betting pool.
Thank you, Chance.
A betting pool about the first time this paper is going to state an actual policy goal that's not just fluff. How many more paragraphs do we need to read before they?
Well, this is only the executive summary, so not here.
It's not going to show up at all here.
Ron Brown has also challenged the Democratic Party to think and be different. He focused less on pie in the sky narratives and asked the party to get real about politics and success.
Wait. Pie in the sky narratives. We're talking about healthcare, y'all. Pie in the sky.
That is pie in the sky.
This is what the DNC is telling y'all to your face.
It's cake in the dumpster, Mikey.
It's on top, though. I'll take it.
Chairman Brown was relentless in his party building, and his optimism inspired others to unify and focus on the end goal, winning the White House again in the face of 3 consecutive defeats, leaving many Americans with a distaste for Democrats and politics in general. Brown was idealistic, practical, and he fought in his beliefs while challenging those who argued it could not be done.
This is what, look, as easy as these fucking midterms in this next 2028 is going to be, look at how they're already fucking trying to lose this shit on purpose. They're already trying to fuck us.
Under his future focused directive, Democrats were able to win the governor's races in Virginia, mayoral races in New York City, and elect Bill Clinton, turning the tide of defeat and ushering a new wave of political achievement.
Did they call that mayor an anti-Semite, like, as a full-time job? Did they do that back then?
No. I don't know. Who's mayor in 92?
De Blasio?
David Dickens.
Well, Dick is in his name, so.
And he was then followed up immediately because he didn't win the re-election. Rudy Giuliani won next.
Oh, Rudolph.
So they won the New York mayor's seat, and then they lost it.
And then 9/11. Make of that what you will.
In the ultimate sign of recognition of John Brown's unifying visions, it was Barack Obama who acknowledged he was president in part because of Ron's vision for the future. Because of the example he set, because of the organization that he brought to the Democratic Party. Oh, look, here's a citation that the party is ignoring.
That wasn't sourced anywhere. That's not real.
Yeah. Finding our way back to this level of success will not be easy, and it will not happen overnight. But the reason we will win is twofold. The first is what we do not plan to advance, is that we do not plan to advance alone. Winning anywhere is a shared mission and the purpose of the DNC and its partners. We will do the hard
running
work
against every fucking progressive they can find.
Mikey, they will do the hard work.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
To reassess our strategies, our messages, and our targets.
Nancy Pelosi, 2028. Woo!
And we will challenge our partners, including labor and other progressive organizations, to hold us accountable as we move through the next 10 years.
Except the blacks and the gays. You better shut the fuck up. And Muslims, I better not hear a peep out of the Muslim corner.
Secondly,
white Democrats only?
Exactly.
Secondly, and very assumedly, once we win, we will ensure our newly elected and re-elected officials move consistently and decisively, which is not something Democrats ever do, and to instill faith and confidence in the American voting public. The rage of the voters, stoked daily by information silos, talking heads, and even... Are we talking heads?
Yeah.
Okay. And even politicians has contributed to the most Americans having the lack of confidence in both parties. I was just talking about this.
Democrats. If we rebranded the show, not to interrupt you, Tim, the Talking Heads podcast.
That might already be taken.
For sure that's taken.
That's got to be taken.
Talking Heads.
Oh, you're on it.
Podcast.
Democrats
3,000%.
accept it is more important to deliver on what they promise then make sure our constituents are aware that we are fighting for things that they care most about. What?
Wait, Democrats must accept that it is more important. It is more important than to do what?
It is more important to deliver on what they
No,
promised.
it doesn't. Stop. It doesn't say that. Your dyslexia is kicking in. It doesn't say that. You're making it make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Democrats must accept it is more important than to deliver on what they promise, and then make sure our constituents are aware we are fighting for the things they care the most about.
That is bad English.
Like
ChatGPT wrote this.
Yeah, like you were fucking it up, but you were fucking up because it's fucked up. It's wrong.
Oh, let's move on to assessing the state of the party.
It's going somewhere.
There are always hot takes after an election. Well, hot takes will lead to mistakes if we do not take the time to thoroughly explore what occurred, what worked well, and what should have been done better. We must be careful to draw the right lessons from this experience and not miss opportunities to identify and build upon some of the positives from the 2024 cycle. Yes,
positives?
Many are deeply angry with the outcome of this most recent national election. You don't say. They feel cheated, abused, and taken advantage of by a broken system. Oh my God. Say it was our fault. They're going to say lots of people are mad about a lot of things. At the same time, we must acknowledge how close the margins actually were. 7,309 votes across 3 districts decided the control of the U.S. House of Representatives. 327,557 votes across 4 states decided the U.S. Senate. And 270,607 votes across 4 states decided the presidency.
And then a note from the DNC. The numbers appear inaccurate based on public data.
No, I don't think so. It looks about right.
That's about right. That's about right.
Yeah. Fuck them. Around 0.2% of all ballots cast for the president.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
You guys fucked up.
Stepped in it. Who's up?
It was.
Where am I starting?
Start from the 2020 cycle.
The 2020 cycle was also very close. A narrow win for the presidency, a narrow Democratic majority in the House, and a tie in the Senate based on a runoff in Georgia. The 2016 cycle was also close at the presidential level, with a split between the popular vote and electoral college, with 7 faithless electors.
Was it close for Biden?
Yeah, it was close.
It was closer than it should have been.
It was closer than it should have been.
If COVID hadn't been as bad as it was, Trump would have easily won. The only reason Biden got in is because of how awful he botched the pandemic response. That's the only
Mikey,
reason.
remember the perfect phone call? The 11,000 votes that Trump needed? That's how close it was.
To the Secretary of State?
Yeah. So that if Georgia had gotten those 11,000 votes and Arizona had switched, Trump would be president instead of Biden.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but it was a lot closer than Biden would want you to believe.
And I hate to say this. Part of me is almost like if he had won, we'd be done with him.
Right, he'd be gone by now.
And he couldn't come back. Like there could not be a way for him to run again.
And he wouldn't have assembled this cavalcade of fuck ups.
This death of democracy team.
Yeah.
What's that? The DC heroes that are bad?
Suicide Squad.
There you go. And he's Peacemaker.
This demonstrates a basic truth. That we have been and remain a nation divided. It is not unique to the 2024 election. These hair-splitting margins of defeat may lead some to argue Democratic leadership and candidates may need less changing in their message and approach and more messaging of their ideas for widespread adoption. Massaging. Oh, that's massaging? Yes, it
Not
is.
the word I expected to be in this, but
I thought it's messaging, but whatever.
This must be Claude. Claude must be taking this paragraph.
I know. Yeah, this is written by AI. The arguments have run nonstop since November 2024 with a better political climate or advancing slightly different policies or with a different candidate, victory could have been assured. No, all you had to do was not hire the fucking consultants. That's all you had to do.
Or just listen to them when they're getting it wrong. Like everyone told you were getting it wrong, and you didn't listen to any of them.
Just fucking call the Republicans weird. You were winning.
It was working. It was working.
It was working. And then the consultants told you not to do it.
You know, it doesn't matter if the McCains endorse you.
We don't want Liz Cheney. You know,
you didn't have to pal around with fucking Liz Cheney. Why would Republicans vote for you if they could vote for Donald Trump?
Because he's already a Republican. Stupid.
And the thing is, you can tout that Republicans are supporting you, but then don't just sell out your ideas of trying to fix the country because they're supporting you now.
So
what's that? You guys like racism? I also want a big ass border wall with snipers every 5 feet. Like what?
No, you've been like, thank you for your endorsement. We're still going for universal health care. Fuck you. Like, yeah.
But guys, this kind of thinking is denialist at its core and prevents the party from seeking real accountability or from making the changes we need to deliver on our promises to the American people. So they want to learn the wrong lessons.
Correct.
To grow, we must admit and accept some hard truths about our party.
That you're racist.
We're more racist than they thought they were.
Problem solved. Did I fix it?
Since the high point of the 2008 Obama landslide, we have received nearly 10 million more votes than John McCain. The most the Democratic Party has vacillated between stagnation and retrogression. In doing so, we have lost the confidence we once received from everyday Americans. The election
that's the reason.
Yeah, no, that's totally the reason. And the election shows the result. In the 16 tumultuous
tummy twistles.
Tumultuous. My mouth didn't want to say that word. Years since that historic election, Democrats have lost ground at every level of government. These losses are the direct result of missed opportunities to invest in our states, counties, local parties, and candidates. No fucking shit.
They ran 30 million fucking bucks against fucking Cat.
Right, but they aren't investing in local communities. They just aren't.
And Cat was already free. All you had to do was back her up.
And that's why Republicans win. They're tenacious and they go at the ground level at every location. That's why they're ingrained the way they are. And it works.
100%.
Over all the school boards, all the town halls, all the mayoral positions. That lets you run local elections, and it just trickles upward from there in their control.
And for my own area, I mean, my area is pretty Republican. Like this part of Connecticut is pretty Republican. And the Democratic Party couldn't give two shits about putting real money into local Democrats here.
And the party, so you'll lose. Your party,
and the local party knows it.
Keep losing.
Yeah. The local party. And so we had a state convention last week for electing our state people, like our governor and all that. And Governor Lamont won the nomination, but he didn't win it by the margin he thought, because he had a Democratic challenger who is a progressive, Josh Elliott. And at the convention, Josh needed,
How close was it?
Not very.
Not very, but Josh needed at least 15% of the delegates at the convention to vote for him so he could get to the primary. And 25% of the delegates voted for him.
Hey.
But all the delegates that voted for him were from towns like mine that the state party has abandoned.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the governor's campaign was freaking out when he was starting to get like 25% of the delegates because they weren't expecting that. And so now he gets to go to a convention, or he gets to go to a primary with a bit of a boost. It's the first time that a Democratic governor has had a challenger in 40-something years who could reasonably compete.
From the left, no less.
From the left.
Go,
Josh
what's
is a
his face?
progressive.
Go
So
Josh. He's got this.
Josh Elliott.
The state party is, and the people in my DTC are frustrated that the lack of funding and support that comes from the state party. $5 from Tons of Mice. Tim's Hat 2026. The Dems couldn't give two shits.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, they want to lose so that they can play victim.
Well, and they also, I think, they like being the victim, and they also have a very false sense of security in states where they consistently have won. I'd like to say my state of Minnesota will probably never flip Republican again. However, we now have a landlocked Senate and House because it's right down the middle. And it's not hard to just slightly flip in the wrong direction. And it just makes everything worse.
Sorry, guys. I'm skipping ahead. Most of this is boring nonsense.
Yep. Hey, what's that map about?
This is the projected 2030 congressional reapportionment. So this would be the new House arrangement after the 2030 census. How many House members each state would have?
All right, 16.
Minnesota's going to lose one.
Oh, good. Connecticut's not losing any. We're always under threat of losing something.
I think we lost 2. Or is that just 1?
I think Minnesota was 8.
I thought we were 18.
Well, yellow says 1.
Okay, so
but
7.
there's like a yellow and a yellowish orange.
So yeah, the super yellow is get the fuck out of here. I don't want your AI. Go away.
There you go.
All right, so the -1 is it's this color yellow, and then -2 is the more orange yellow.
So
and what's California?
California is -4.
Huh?
Because they currently have 52 House members.
Jeez.
We need to just get rid of the House and just we need to start over.
Senate only?
No, sorry, I take that back. We need to get rid of the Senate.
The Senate can go.
From Shags Malone, Democrats need to engage and debate with the opposition. They refuse to engage, and it makes it look like they are not confident in what they say. It seems like they're hiding. Hard to trust that.
So, fair comment, Shags. Here's the problem. If I'm a doctor, I'm not arguing with RFK. He's a fucking moron. Like, there isn't a comparable right-wing equivalent to the candidates that the Democrats are putting up. There isn't. Like, the right wing isn't putting up anyone of any kind of expert. They're just putting up Trump and whoever can be loud like Trump.
Sycophants.
Right? They're going for Jerry Springer characters as opposed to politicians. And I think everybody's starting to realize now, eating ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day is starting to have its side effects. Like they are burning through the fucking treasury. Like they're just the spending is out of control. And now this J6 1.7 billion on top of that, on top of a $1 billion thing, on top of a $50-60 million arch, on top of Iran, on top of high gas.
Reflecting pool.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that comment
15 mil.
And then he drove on it and broke it. Sorry, Tim.
I would say that comment is a little disingenuous because it's the Republicans who refuse to engage in any sort of actual debate.
Right. They
because
don't
all
debate.
all they care. I mean, we have a clip of it. All they care about is
defending cankles, McTaco tits, and owning the libs. That's their.
That's all they do. That's all they care about. We see it on the show every single day.
And people think that sound bites win debates. Like I think back to like when Walz debated Vance.
Yeah.
To me, Walz isn't the greatest debater. He's not. That's one of his downsides.
Nice.
He's very nice. He still won. He had concrete thoughts. He had plans and ideas. Vance didn't, but Vance was slightly more confident and not as nice, so therefore he won. So even when you debate, even if there's logic and facts, it doesn't matter because you're choosing a victor on just how you feel. It's not.
It's emotion. And to be quite honest, if debating right wingers was all we had to do to change their mind, there wouldn't be a right wing anymore. This show would have single-handedly shut down Bag. Single-handedly, we would have fucking been able, because if we were able to if all we needed to do was provide the facts, and then people could use their brain and then fact check us, make sure that we're not lying, and then later on they'll change their mind and they don't have to do it right in front of that. That doesn't happen. Or if it does happen, they don't come back and be like, yeah, you know what? I was on some bullshit when I was
sorry
talking
for being a dick.
Yeah, sorry for yelling at you guys about tariffs. Actually, we do pay them. I was misled. That conversation never happens. We just get people repeating the same fucking bumper stickers. There's about 15, 20 of them of the same slogans. And I'm telling you, if anybody has been here for long enough, you have seen it firsthand. They all say the same shit. Not one of them comes in here with a new idea because they have not been spoon-fed any new ideas because the Republican Party does not have any new ideas.
I'm an imperialist.
They are rocking off of the old software. They refuse to get an update. Like, I don't know I don't know what to tell you, the person right now in the chat, but bruh, we tried giving people information. They didn't want to listen to us. So now I'm done arguing with motherfuckers. Let them break the law and put them in prison. Don't warn them about nothing else. Just let them do whatever the fuck they want. And then just come in like the Reaper, baby. And then it's like, nope, you, all y'all going to Alcatraz. Actually, let me see your phone real quick. I couldn't find. Yep. All these people going to Alcatraz. They're all going to jail for this.
Prison.
And if they don't go to jail and the society gets even worse, that's going to be worse than jail. They're going to be wishing they was in jail.
But it does start at the top with the politicians themselves. Like the parties are refusing to engage with each other anymore, largely. Like there's a couple of bipartisan efforts here and there, but we play clips on our network 3 days a week that prove earlier today, there was a scuffle, not actual scuffle, but a verbal scuffle between Ted Cruz. A physical fight between Ted Cruz and the Democratic Hawaiian senator, who they were just throwing insults at each other.
He thrust his pelvic into me
very deeply.
And the parties have descended into rancor, and they're so polarized that they don't do business together anymore. This is the least productive Congress in the history of this country.
And they want to pay
89 days. 89 days.
They're not doing the people's work. Neither side is doing the people's work.
Which is what the Democrats don't fucking understand. Is their job is not to argue with fucking Republicans. Their job is to fucking take care of their constituents, which they are not doing.
And the members of their party who were doing that work are getting pushed out.
Yeah. Because they don't want to defend the tech bros. And abundance.
It's just like teachers. That's why all the teachers are leaving. It's like it's too hard. There's no point.
Yeah, if the parents are all a bunch of trash bags, I'm not going to keep fucking showing up in here if you're going to come in here threatening me every afternoon. Fuck you.
Yep. It's not worth the pain. It's just not.
Yeah, and the Republicans who were the moderates, who were the non-MAGA crowd, have either retired or have been primaried.
Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Boebert's next.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene was MAGA.
Yeah.
But
she is a unique case.
She literally disagreed with Trump on one issue, and that was the end of her.
He got smoked.
Lightning bolt came down from Pennsylvania Avenue.
She pissed off the AI, Tim.
And this person is obviously being disingenuous.
It's the same guy.
What about President Trump and his sons?
And again, and I don't know how many times we have to say this about this show, we're not supporters of the Democrats.
Especially
it is
Biden.
Shitty that Biden, through his son, or if his son on his own or whatever, was doing business deals and using political leverage to get what he wants. Fuck them, throw them in prison. But you're also, that doesn't give Trump's kids the right to do that shit either. And they're doing it to the 100th extreme. They are bought and paid for by the Middle East.
Yep.
They want to turn Gaza into a resort and kick everyone out.
Also, like and subscribe. You obviously like the show, so.
Yeah, buy a shirt. You know you want to buy a Tim's Hat shirt.
But see again, look. We can't debate you because you won't admit when you're wrong. I could debunk everything that you just said right there, but I know that you're just going to go to another stream and start the process all over again. So if I can get some sort of concession from you that if I prove you wrong, you'll actually change your mind on an issue, then I'll have a debate with you. But if you're just going to list off shit that is like, again, like we said earlier, bumper stickers, they give you whether it's from Fox News Shorts or News Nation, OAN, doesn't matter who it is, but they'll give you talking points like right now or a couple of months ago or last month, it was Hassan Piker. And every single person had the same complaints about Hassan Piker. And I know damn well that they don't watch the stream.
Right.
So how is it that all of you have identical fucking complaints, but none of you talk to each other?
Well, here's an example.
And none of them are valid.
The Republicans really jumped on the train of Minnesota is full of fraud.
Right.
The state is only fraud. Fuck this state.
Look at
Which
Florida.
Fuck you, by the way.
Oh, see? How do we know?
Shocking, by the way.
How did we know?
So going back, Minnesota here, the ringleader of the fraud case of like the feeding our kids thing from COVID, where she embezzled all that money and ran a ring of people. She was just convicted for a 41-year sentence. That trial was already ongoing. We were already investigating it. Minnesota was handling it, handled it, and y'all are still saying, oh, you're the most corrupt state in the union. And even though we were already fucking fixing it.
And why did that happen? Because Nick Shirley got messages online from state House Republicans in Minnesota, and they literally gave him the addresses and everything. Like, hey, go investigate these people. And then he acted like it was some secret dossier and shit. And they're like, no, I emailed him. I told him, hey, check this. You like doing videos, don't you? Do a video over here. I had a secret. I had secret private information. No, you didn't have shit. They were fucking racist Republicans in Minnesota. And they sent an absolute fucking doorstop of a man to fucking do it. Like, and all of y'all ate it up. Again, all they have to do is tell you shit and you believe it. So this whole, the Democrats need to debate with people. Motherfucker, you need to fucking read, bro. Because if you can just keep getting duped over and over and oops, I fell for it again award. Like, they're tricking you over and over again. And you're like, convince me that I'm not tricked. Bitch, that's your job. You're not supposed to be falling for this shit.
Yeah,
you keep falling for it.
It's the fucking Charlie Kirk changed my mind shit. Like,
right, I'm stupid as fuck. Make me smart.
Make me not dumb.
Make me not dumb.
There's a shirt. McKinnon. Make me not dumb. Sure.
Make me not dumb.
Also, props to the Somali daycare for what was that guy's name, Mikey? The dumbass
Nick
they
Shirley?
sent. Yeah. Props to that daycare for not letting in the yelling white man with a camera into a childcare center.
His dudes had on masks.
No.
No, you can't come see the fucking kids.
No.
Are you fucking crazy?
Fuck off.
Boy, you lucky I don't come out here with a machete and a shovel and a fucking... I don't have hate, you crazy bitch. I'm telling you, they're lying to your face. You keep believing it, and then you keep coming to me like I'm stupid. You're stupid. Where's my button? Hold on.
Mikey,
I got a button for you.
Wait a minute.
Stupido.
That's your ass.
Phrase, I don't have hate, you stupid bitch, is hilarious.
We support.
Frustrated with how fucking recalcitrant you are to fucking new information. Like you don't understand that. Like imagine, if you will, they're lying and I'm not. Suddenly the world comes into focus. The world is crazy according to their point of view because they're fucking crazy, bro. They make shit up all the time. And then you just repeat it. And then you come into streams and repeat that shit.
That's incorrect. Trump has not been arrested.
No,
No,
I think
I
he's
think he's
talking about the daycare people.
No, that fucking case was already on. See, this is what I'm saying. Here's how I'll even give you a little peek behind the curtain on how I fact check things. So instead of going to CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, Fox, instead of going to them, you know what I go to? And it doesn't matter. Like as long as I know the city, I'm good. I go to the local news affiliate. And then you know what I do? I go back and I word search the local news affiliate because they cover all that shit all the time. Brother, it's there. You didn't look. So if you go to the local Fox station or the local ABC station where they have the local news, they report these things and you can go back and you can find it.
And again, this fraud case against all the conspirators and the ringleader was already ongoing.
And she was white.
The one person you're talking about, yes, that was actually from a day or two ago that was just arrested, was connected to that thing that was already being investigated. And that person was arrested. Not because of Nick Shirley.
Yo, Ruthuglikins is hot.
Ruthuglikins.
McKinnon.
The triple K.
Another shirt idea.
Ruthuglikins is hot. I'm not even gonna front. No,
right,
she was the daycare. You're wrong. He lives in Minnesota, and I'm a nerd who sits on the internet knowing how to find scoops on stories. I'm telling you, brother, the white lady had already been arrested before Nick Shirley even got told anything. They're trying to go after Ilhan, and they're trying to punish the Somali people. Bro, it's documented. They don't like them. They're arguing in the State House all the time. So, like, again, educate yourself. You're the one out of the loop arguing with motherfuckers that are in the loop.
Or at the very, very least, be willing to look at the other side with the same level of scrutiny that you're trying to put on the people you don't like. If you're not willing to work at yourself and look at the people you choose to support, fuck you.
Oh man, Irish Swedes on it? Yeah, y'all are fucked now.
So
I don't know.
Let me find his exact claim. Oh, your hate is blind to you. They just got arrested. So the claim is, Swede, that the arrests in Minnesota, in Minneapolis specifically, are recent in relation to the daycare fraud.
It's the Feeding Our Future case.
Yes.
And the person that was arrested was Fahima Muhammad, was the most recent person arrested in relation to that, where they've already convicted multiple people and convicted the ringleader lady like today.
Right. And
that didn't start a couple months ago.
Right. It started a few years ago.
Ding, ding, ding. Court cases are not fast. That is a problem in this country. They're very, very long.
Good thing there's no like court record.
Since we have to fact check this fucker.
Look for things.
Really hate when people
that is
force me
literally
into
the
doing
article
this.
I just pulled up, by the way.
Right. So CBS News They're in the hands of they're in the pockets of Trump nowadays.
Barry
Federal
Weiss
fraud
is
charges were unsealed Wednesday. So these charges had already been filed. They were unsealed on Wednesday against a Minnesota daycare owner who prosecutors allege tried to flee the country just 2 days after shutting the daycare down. Federal prosecutors said that Future Leaders Early Learning, a site sponsored by Feeding Our Future, pretended to feed children during the pandemic, but pocketed much of the money instead.
There was a lot of that shit going on. Not just Chicago too.
Yeah. The daycare's owner was charged with 1 count of wire fraud, which you always charge people with, and conspiracy to defraud the United States through Minnesota's Child Care Assistance Program, or CCAP, according to a federal indictment unsealed Wednesday. The owner is currently under house arrest. So she was accused of stealing taxpayer money that was meant to help feed their children. Prosecutors allege her center at one point was claiming to serve 60,000 children a month, falsifying invoices and to justify reimbursement. This started.
Wait. Look. Hey, bro. When did the fucking video come out? When is the dates? And this is what we're saying, man. You just don't listen. So we got to yell at you because you don't listen to shit. It says right there in January 2021. Like they are like, bro, the sting was already being stung. They were catching them and grabbing the pieces of the web and ripping it down. There's multiple parties.
Right. Nick Shirley was right because
it had already been happening and they proved it.
And the fucking guy who told him is in this fucking state house. So of course he fucking knows about it and he tells your stupid ass. And y'all act like it's brand new. Damn, motherfuckers can't even convict criminals without motherfuckers saying there's criminals. Duh, bitch. That's how you found out.
Minnesota's not perfect. No government or state is perfect. However, I do have a pretty decent amount of faith because of this, that fraud is going to be tackled by the law.
Before y'all even have to say something, they was already doing it. Before his little weak ass video came out, they was already doing it.
Also,
yeah.
Okay.
So what day did Nick Shirley visit this fucking place?
I don't know. I'd have to try to find that shit.
Because it looks like November 2025, the place was issued a citation for the state for the place not being clean and children's files not containing immunization documents. And then,
which is a different problem.
Which is a different problem. Which I thought they would be in favor of.
But it looks like they were investigating the place between 2022 and 2025.
Also, just like Swede said in the chat, stings don't happen overnight. You got to build a case. You have to have evidence. You have to get warrants. Just because fuckface was here for a couple weeks trying to berate people, that shit was already in process. It doesn't. And you shouldn't be allowed to vote
in February.
This, like I said, we literally can present you with the fucking counter evidence to disprove your claim, and you don't care.
Here we go. Irish Sweet said Shirley did his thing December 2025. So a whole month earlier, in November 2025, the place was already under heavy investigation.
And that's the information told to Nick Shirley to get him to go send cameras over there to make a spectacle of it. Like, bro, this is not hard to figure out. You acting like there's a conspiracy. The conspiracy is that the Republicans wanted to blow this up out of proportion as if it wasn't already being dealt with.
Right. The conspiracy is, oh, that's way too close. We're way too close.
The go.
Conspiracy is that Nick Shirley seized upon information that nobody else knew about, except for the investigators who were already investigating.
No, we just my God. It's like
he can't even spell the word disprove, so I don't think we're gonna get anywhere here.
it's like we literally, this is why we don't do this, by the way, everybody else. This is why we don't go through everybody's individual little gripe and content. Because even when you literally prove what they asked, they're not smart enough to understand that they've been proven wrong. Like they still think they're right. Even when you say, no, 1 + 1 is 2. And they're like, I know 3. No. 1 + 1. That's what I said. 3. And then it just doesn't connect.
MAGA people are flat earthers.
Yeah.
Here's what happened.
All right, go ahead.
There was a trove of publicly available information through investigations and public filings. Nick Shirley loosely looked through them and saw something that caught his eye.
That's not true.
And was like,
Tim, you're making that up.
And was
I'm
like,
telling you, a Republican gave him the fucking file, bro.
Oh, even better. Some
right.
Republican legislator, I assume, gave him the file and was like, hey, we're investigating this shit. You should probably get on this because it'll be big news or whatever. But
so
everyone already knew.
A crime, by the way, to share documentation for a state investigation.
The state already knew.
Here, the Minnesota House Republican Caucus, specifically staff, working with House Speaker Lisa DeMuth and State Representative Harry Niska. Yeah, that's the guy. Provided conservative YouTuber Nick Shirley with information for his viral video regarding alleged child care fraud. Like, bro, this shit is known.
Which proves it was already under investigation.
I think the point we're trying to make is that the same thing would have happened whether or not Nick Shirley went there. Nick Shirley is a nothing in this. He just made money off of it. That's all that happened here.
He's just the poster board.
Here we go. Investigation started all the way back in 2019.
Oh.
Oh, look, it's even Fox.
This is the local affiliate.
Yeah, our local Fox affiliate is not actually super shitty.
I mean, what else do you want, bro? You're wrong, dude.
all Nick Shirley did was villainize people.
Meanwhile, just some random thoughts. I can pull up names.
Hold on. Our caucus has been working to expose fraud for years, including working with Nick Shirley and agency whistleblowers to get the information out to the public and to hold Walz administration accountable. I'm telling you, bro, like you are falling for it. Do you get it now?
No.
Do you get it now?
No.
It was already being dealt with. They know that, but they want to make Walz look bad. So they say, hey, what if we, viral? You see where I'm going?
But
like,
Mikey, they were villains.
Okay. All right, let's change this around a little bit. What about all the fraud that Trump has done?
He's made $1.6 to $3 billion in profit while being president.
What about defrauding his own campaign donors into paying his legal bills?
Isn't it Rick Scott, the one in Florida?
Yeah.
Stormy Daniels.
Rick Scott did like $100 million Medicaid fraud. He's still walking around Congress.
Yep.
How did that happen?
Well, he's white.
Oh, well, so was that lady in Minnesota too.
And yet we put her ass in prison for 4 decades.
She worked with Somalis, though.
Oh.
The Somalis raised suspicions.
Sneaky.
Shouldn't have did that.
And what about the current fraud that Trump is doing with this $2 billion slush fund that he sued his own government for, which has never been done before? He sued his own government and then forced the IRS into a settlement where he never has to be audited by the IRS ever again. Him or his family or their businesses. How is that not fraud against the American people?
Because he supports him, Tim. If you support the supreme leader, it's fine.
It's cool.
You want to talk about weaponizing the DOJ?
All right, this person is not a serious person.
No,
he doesn't want to admit when he's wrong. It's fine.
He's
And
not,
the
he
fact
doesn't
that you
want
keep
to.
changing the
This is
topic
not. They're just not
means you got
serious.
you are trying to stand on your toe. Like you got nothing. Like it's anyway.
They weaponize. Okay.
Weak sauce.
That's so fucking. Let's get back to what were we talking about?
The Democratic Party's plan.
Yeah, about the other losers. Meanwhile, let's go back to shitting on Democrats. Now we're done dealing with this MAGA idiot. Dumb Democrats and moron fucking MAGA. What the fuck are we supposed to do now?
I skipped to what happened. Electoral review. No evidence has been provided for many claims in this section.
It also says pending, so it's still ongoing. But...
They're still not even done yet.
Right.
Bro, the election was hella long ago.
Oh, and then what's his face ended on a racist remark. That's fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever, man.
Fuck off.
There's no point in engaging with that person. On election night, the world watched the blue wall crumble to return to Donald Trump to the White House. States which had consistently and reliably voted for Democratic candidates.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah, you go for it.
Including Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin voted for Trump, along with Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, which had all gone for Biden in the previous election. Every swing state and the district Democrats focused on holding onto all swung right, allowing Donald Trump to become the first Republican presidential candidate to win the popular vote since George W. in 2004.
Funny they should mention that those swing states. You know what those swing states all have? Independent pockets of Muslim voters. Like in Ohio and in Michigan and in Pennsylvania. Those places have pockets of Muslim voters. What was there anything happening to the Muslims at that time? Maybe some land that they had solidarity with.
Beer campaigns.
So there is a little citation here from the DNC. All three of these states voted for Trump in 2016 for Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. So,
well,
I mean,
I think, but what this is saying though is that these were consistently blue states.
Yes,
and now they're not. They're up in the air purple states.
Wisconsin has been becoming very, very purple.
Yeah.
Well, and just like Florida used to be a Democratic state. Texas used to be a Democratic state.
40 years ago.
And then they took over local government and election rules, and they slowly whittled it down and gerrymandered it, and now they're deep red. Granted, they've swung more red regardless, but
even in the midst of this fundamental shift in the electoral map, there are key takeaways Democrats should consider as they invest in the majority party strategy. First is, despite winning the popular vote, Trump won the election by little more than 2 million votes in the popular vote, meaning the election was swayed by 0.15% of votes across the country in the election. And there's a little citation here that says analysis not supported by the data.
Isn't
all right,
that
DNC.
just math?
Hold on. We got a comment. What happened to Biden's Chips and Science Act? What buildings, jobs, research, chips, and materials were bought, and all the other policy liberals were regurgitating the past few years? Yeah, those liberals have to atone for what they promoted. I wanted a fucking BYD SUV. Ford be damned. Keep the fuck up. Like, that's not my fucking problem.
I want a Chinese electric SUV.
That's the BYD. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
They're fantastic, by the way.
And the cars were going to be here for fucking brand new for like 15 grand. All electric. Like, come on, man. 300-mile range or whatever on that model. No, they say open markets until it's, I want to back the people that are dumping money into the campaign. But all these other industries, they didn't get protected like this. And then the Ford plants are just now got a fucking contract. They were on fucking strike for hellas. They don't even fucking treat them right. So I'm like, no, fucking let Ford be fucking punished. They need to start making cars that motherfuckers want for a reasonable price. The CEO keeps making more money. The fucking workers make barely a penny more.
Just a fun fact about cars. There are now a large portion of do-it-yourself modification videos for new vehicles for people to remove all the extra cameras and tracking so that they can't track you in the vehicle anymore.
I love this. This might be my favorite thing. People left the Democratic Party because they were insane. Even now, liberals are leaving the Democratic Party and becoming independent or even turning MAGA. That is probably the most unhinged statement I've ever heard.
Can you give us more examples other than just a random statement?
By the way,
what liberal went MAGA?
Right.
One. Name me one.
By the way, here are some of the things that happened because of the CHIPS Act. Samsung announced a plan to build a $17 billion semiconductor factory in Texas. Intel announced building a $20 billion factory that will generate 3,000 jobs in Ohio. Purdue University launched the nation's first comprehensive semiconductor degrees program in anticipation of the CHIPS Act, spurring the creation of 50,000 jobs trained in people trained as semiconductor engineers in the United States. Texas Instruments broke new ground on a 300 millimeter semiconductor wafer fabrication plant in Texas. Skywalker announced plans to build an advanced $1.8 billion semiconductor manufacturing facility.
Anakin, no!
They have the high ground.
In Indiana.
This is a floodplain.
The list goes on and on and on of all these semiconductor companies and universities starting programs, building factories, building chips in America.
And then Trump fucked the economy.
It's done plenty. And then Trump fucked the economy.
And it slowed it down. And then he tried to co-opt that bill that Biden did as his own, by the way.
There are factories being built in Michigan, Georgia, Idaho, New York, all over the country because of the CHIPS Act. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I told him
number one
to make
on
it,
screen.
and he said he was working on it.
Oh boy. Now I have to
Oh my god, yes.
Wow.
On screen, number one.
On screen.
It's time to shamelessly plug our merch store.
How do I
McKinnon, can we make it even bigger? Can I cover more of the shirt?
I think that's just like the size.
Or is it
Yeah.
There you go. That's just the design. Great. Available on
the link in the description.
TeePublic, links in the description. On sale right now.
Like, I love how you're like, no, tell them the QR code. I'm like, when will this motherfucker realize they're on their phone already?
Well, not everyone is, but some people
like
are.
they can't scan it. They can't take a picture of the QR code with the phone that they own.
I think you can.
What, just tap it or something?
Just doesn't understand. It already started. It's already happening. They've already built the factories.
Here we go again. And then I'm like, well, nobody told me. We just told you, but I don't want to believe that you told me. So I guess you'll just never get new information.
He's building an economy like you've never seen. I said that's because none of us were alive during the Great Depression.
People were better off during the Great Depression than our generation.
A Hooverville for each of us.
Oh boy.
We're gonna be the new hooves.
I love
Emperor's New Hoove.
I love how I titled the show "The Democratic Party is Dead," and we're here shitting on the Democratic Party, and people are still yelling at us.
They won't even let us finish yelling about them before they start with the nonsense.
We are literally here shitting on the Democratic Party.
What does that have to do with anything?
Crazy.
What does that have to do with anything? Don't change the subject. Don't gaslight me. Don't try to use my craziness against the validity of my points.
And they said that we can't give Trump a win because things aren't done
What
instantly.
win?
When has Trump earned a win?
All right, fine. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Come on. What? What did he do? All right. What? You want our fucking attention?
Send Swede the link.
Let him fact check.
Copy that. Sending link and returning to base. Oh, god damn it. Now I gotta fucking have my phone on me to fucking get into Facebook. What's going on now?
I like how they hired this person to write this report and they didn't like the report they got. It's so fucking hilarious.
They didn't like this AI generated report.
It's even got citations.
The report is ass.
The report is ass, but then they're like, we want it to be more ass.
Can you get more ass than this?
Can you tell us where we were great and not just where we suck?
Look at this. Look at this. Trump is winning every time he does something. Okay. And that's why he's the least popular president in American history.
How's that Iran war going?
Yeah.
Wait. What did he say?
Trump wins at everything.
Murphy says Trump is winning every time he does something. Oh, so you like paying $5 a gallon for gasoline? Wait. We have a thing for this.
Fuck your face.
This is what you like. You want daddy to tread on you. This is what you like.
He likes that. They got the embarrassment thing going.
Or perhaps you like this. And Mark, would you like to read this one?
If I were to run, I'd run as a Republican. They're the dumbest group of voters in the country. They believe anything on Fox News. I could lie and they'd still eat it up. I bet my numbers would be terrific.
Donald Trump,
People Magazine.
1998.
Ding ding ding.
Congratulations, you fell for it. Oh wait, I got a thing for that. There you go.
Bum 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 bum.
That's that.
You see it?
I don't know what to do with you guys. You know? Trust this device. Okay, got it.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with y'all. Goddamn, Mark, mute.
I'm not sure how to deal with.
You fool! Not turn your camera. I got it. You don't know. You don't understand. You don't listen to instructions.
I literally labeled the show "The Democratic Party is Dead," and we're sitting here shitting on the Democratic Party, and they're still coming at us.
Why do you love Democrats so much?
Why do you love Democrats? Like, what the fuck? What do you want?
We can't even rip them apart without y'all interrupting.
Right.
We were dissecting them piece by piece until you threw your big fucking face in the way.
But you want to come in here and be like, Trump always wins no matter what he does. All right.
Okay, we're not talking about him for once.
So we're just not going to live in the same reality. I get it. We're not living in the same reality that you are.
Nope.
You want to live in your fucking bubble where everything is great because Trump said so. And we all live in the fucking nightmare that is 2026 America.
Look. Trump always wins. I'm off now. Although this motherfucker looks at somebody who is spray painted bright orange like a safety cone every fucking morning, and he's the sane one, and we're crazy. Hey, yo, I'll see you later, man. Good luck. Hey, good luck. You're gonna need it.
Hey, buddy, you got TDS, all right?
Yeah. Trump dick sucking syndrome.
Put the beer down and go to sleep.
Yeah, you're done, dude. Log off. That's a wrap. Your reflexes are cooked, bro. You can't even react anymore. Just call it. No, you can squat up with us tomorrow, man, but you're done for today.
All right.
But Stein didn't just win by default. He addressed the exact same problems Harris did not.
Wait,
no
what are
evidence
we even
provided
fucking
for many
talking about?
claims in this section.
Wait, hold on. We went
jump
forward a
all
little bit.
just don't be just reading shit. What the fuck? Randomly
Robinson's prefer.
Shut up.
Stop.
Okay, we were here. Read this paragraph.
The second. You want speed reading or normal reading?
Normal,
Whatever.
please. Normal.
The second is the margin of defeat for Kamala Harris was among the small. Okay, that was among the smallest in American history. Under the structure of the Electoral College, a handful of swing states are generally determinative in the outcome, meaning the margins of victories in those states are the key to the overall outcome. Tens of thousands of votes in a handful of states returned a Republican to the White House. Identifying where the fight needs to be focused in the future in these battlegrounds and others is a critical early step for the party.
So what are they saying? Are they saying less than tens of thousands?
Tens of thousands.
I don't
like,
know.
What are they claim countries public reporting? That is what the public reporting was.
Yeah.
It wasn't 100,000. It was less than 100,000.
Yeah, it was like 50,000 votes tops.
That is tens. Fuck it. They're just being assholes.
Yeah.
See, the report's dumb and they're dumb.
Governors, the positive takeaway for gubernatorial races in 2024 is that no governor's offices change partisan hands. Oh boy, that shouldn't know.
That's not a good thing. That is a failure. If they would only realize
that's literally not the good thing. You're not learning already. They're not learning the right lesson.
Nothing changed.
If these
there it is. That's it. Nothing changed, and they cheered.
If the Democratic governors were still winning their races,
hi, sweet,
and in the same states, Kamala Harris wasn't winning. That's the problem. The candidate was the problem.
Yes,
my head hurts.
Hi, Swede.
TDAD.
Tadad.
Swede, we're just here trying to figure out what the fuck happened to the Democratic Party, and everyone in the chat is yelling at us.
I can tell you exactly what happened. Democrats forgot that people value food on the table more than anything else, and they didn't speak to putting food on the table.
And the Republicans Republicans are great about talking about that, not delivering, but they talk about it.
Yeah, Trump in 2016, great at going to Wisconsin, Michigan, and those areas and talking to them about making sure there's a chicken in every pot, because some German guy also used that line.
I like how
he doesn't not have a book about Hitler that someone gave him.
It's the B-side. It's not Mein Kampf. I'm not a newbie. Democrats have been inciting violence and association garbage. I guess association garbage that led to Charlie Kirk's death. You're blaming us for that?
Wow. I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
What the fuck did we have to do with a fucking Utah Christian college rally?
I was on break.
That was what was it? It wasn't an exploding microphone now. Isn't that the current?
Oh, but that was us too, huh? You better get your story straight. You worried about the wrong yard. Your yard is full of snakes and is on fire.
Pretty sure they did a ballistics report on the rifle they said did it would have been well, that would have probably blown him apart.
It was a 30-aught. It would have destroyed the whole back of the stage.
Yeah, 308 would not have. 308 would have. It would have blown him apart, but the exit wound would have been substantial.
It just did. It doesn't work.
And no neck bone would have stopped it.
We would have been able to throw a lemon through there. Roll a skee ball.
Yeah, the entry would have looked very similar to what you would have seen, what supposedly people saw. The exit on the back end would have been horrific.
I think we came to a similar conclusion in reading what we read of this report. It's AI slop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lost Missionary. This is what I'm thinking. And it's always funny when motherfuckers always just like instantly go to trans people and then they instantly go to like sexualized, the most sexualized version they can think of trans people. It's like interesting. That's a little subtle tale in
we
your
know what their
vernacular there.
Pornhub search history is like.
A femboy and trans was up 14 and 18 slots respectively. You guys can check out my Pornhub report that I put out already. It's on the channel. Some freak elites.
Josh Whedon and those guys are all over that.
And now they got AI at their disposal. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Matt Walsh is all over that.
He was a ground level investor. What you talking about? It's like, how do I get it on the ground? Have my own? Just mine, right? Yes. Yes. Finally. After all these years of waiting. All right, let's go on.
All right. I moved over to a new section. This section is called Lessons from the State Campaigns. So
Be better.
The first part, going negative works, especially if the voters know you. Stein spent early credential himself as a fighter and advocate. Okay, that's not a real sentence.
She's also a fucking massive grifter.
Yeah. And then the Robinson story broke, and Stein was a known factor and alternative for voters. Pounding the negative on Robinson ensured Stein would never break through. This is talking about the North Carolina race.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck this is about.
So Robinson, do you remember the Republican?
The black Nazi dude?
Yeah, the black Nazi dude. So that's what we're talking about.
Oh, this isn't Jill Stein.
No, not Jill Stein. The
okay.
Current governor of North Carolina, Stein.
Gotcha.
The national campaign didn't effectively drive Trump's negatives, and the White House did not effectively support Vice President Harris over 3.5 years to improve her standing before the candidate switch. They didn't know that they were going to do that, guys.
According to them.
Like,
even though he said I'm a transitional president, which means year 2 he should have been out the fucking way and off the camera pretty much entirely, and Kamala should have been out in front.
I mean, not
she should have been a statesman doing the job and not campaigning, and she should have done all the campaign work.
No, in the 732nd day, when it was apparent that his mental faculties were gone, he should have resigned.
He should have.
After that debate, yeah, that was a wrap, dude.
Yeah.
They should have never run him.
And he could have walked out saying, "Hey, look, I stabilized things. Things aren't great. COVID's still a thing, but
it's better.
We've got things, at least trending in the correct direction. A lot of the initiatives, the infrastructure, the inflation reduction, all that stuff was either in the pipeline or ready to go or passed."
Yeah.
By that point, and we could have really, I guess, been completely honest with ourselves as voters as to what was going on. And then nobody would, I have a lot of friends who were like, I couldn't vote for Kamala because I felt that she wasn't selected the way that the Democratic way.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that was a major concern, is that she was just sort of anointed by the party instead of actually having a primary.
Just like they snubbed Bernie for Hillary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got our super extra backup delegates. I forgot.
Oh yes, the super delegates.
And Biden really in 2020 should have campaigned on the, hey, look, I'm old. It's going to be one term.
I'm out. One and done, baby.
I am here to stop what's currently going on with this, maniac. You guys, Democrats, you have 4 years to figure this out,
right?
And to plan, we're gonna get this right. I am not running for re-election. I'm done.
And then should have also doubled down on Trump's criminal activities and fraud and got those cases running.
Oh yeah, Merrick Garland is to blame for a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
Yep. And Nancy Pelosi. Don't forget Nancy, because she didn't want the National Guard standing out there when every fucking intelligence agency knew about them all, mounting up to fucking all the hotel rooms booked, and then all of them gassing up and coming out there in a big swarm of people descending on the Capitol. Our agencies knew, but they weren't given the order.
I very much love that now all these fucking insurrectionists got pardoned, and now they're going to get money. They're no longer Antifa.
One of the things that's interesting though is a lot of the ones didn't get pardoned. They just got their sentences.
Hey, sweet, do me a favor. Lean into your mic a little bit because you talk away from it sometimes.
Oh. They got their sentences commuted, not full pardons for a lot of them too. And so they're like, yeah, I got to go home, but this felony is still sitting on my record.
Something at least.
Oh
Well, it's gone
man.
now.
Did someone in our chat just do what about her emails?
Oh my god.
Dude, get fucking over yourself.
And here's the thing though, is we have a completely weaponized DOJ right now. Where are the charges then? I mean,
They
could
can't
easily
come up
be
with any.
They could easily be charging people with stuff. They could easily be charging Clinton with stuff. Why
Well,
aren't
they
Pelosi-
try. The
Pelosi did have
juries
control of
throw
the
them
National
out
Guard.
because there's no evidence.
For DC.
Well,
DC
I'm
Guard.
asking the yahoos in chat. Like,
go ahead, Mikey.
Oh, it's the DC National Guard.
Yeah.
She can call them. Not like, because she doesn't have like Maryland's or Pennsylvania's or whatever.
Yeah. But we went through it in the Constitution. The Speaker of the House has the ability to call up the militia, quote unquote, which in this case would be the DC National Guard.
Because I mean, they did that the summer previous when Black Lives Matter was marching through DC, and they had the National Guard standing out there on the steps. Was they busy that day? Like they was it too cold for them in January? They was like, no. Nancy was like, oh,
no,
the optics. I know I could have had him out there, but the optics were so bad, and then we were just trying to move past this. Like she had an interview saying all this.
But
Crazy.
I mean, Sweet is totally right. Where is the actual evidence against James Comey? Where is the evidence against Hillary Clinton? If they're going to indict these people and grand jury them,
and the Fed governors,
right?
Yeah,
that they tried to go after. I saw all the underlying evidence about her rental to her. It was her sister,
niece.
Or was it niece?
Niece. Her niece was living with her.
And
I was picturing like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air situation.
Yeah, and it was totally in line with the conforming use of the loans that she had. There was nothing wrong.
No, but it needs to be. And again, when we like with all the ICE shit, every time we deprive people of their civil rights, they're gonna sue us. So whether it's this administration or the next one, depending on the statute of limitation, we're gonna have to. You know how many lawsuits people are gonna have from all the lawlessness of this fucking administration?
Guy in Kentucky got $835,000 because they held him in jail for posting a meme about Trump.
Man, what meme do I have to post to get that much money?
Right.
Do
you have a copy of the meme?
Over it.
Can I see that meme real quick? Please, I have to post
McKinnon,
something.
can we get that meme on a shirt?
Oh
please?
my god, we'd have so many crimes and have so many $835,000.
I don't know if you want that.
But they tried to indict Comey twice on him posting that fucking
8647.
Yeah, on his social medias. But that's all they have.
Numbers are like bullets.
But Trump could just blow up a foreign leader.
Yeah.
With bombs.
Several times.
That's cool. That's hey. Don't nobody say nothing about that. That's fine. We're not at war though. But that's fine. But hey, Comey, I don't like his Instagram. Bro, we're done.
They tried to indict a guy who threw a sandwich at an ICE
dude.
officer.
The DC hero.
The DC hero.
GYRO, get it?
And the grand jury wouldn't indict him because they knew it was fucking bullshit. Because they put fucking Jeanine Pirro in charge of that shit.
Do you know if we didn't have tariffs right now and you took out all the other stupid shit, headline inflation would be roughly 1.3%?
Don't hurt me like that, Swede.
I said
He
this the other
literally
day.
had to
What if
do nothing.
That's what I said to Tim. I was like, what if he just didn't do nothing? He just played
If
golf.
Trump
the
did
whole
nothing
time.
but go play golf and say, look, I'm immune. You can't bring charges against me about all this other, shit of Epstein and everything. So I'm just going to go play golf. I'm going to appoint a bunch of lifetime bureaucrats to run things and keep the ship going.
Yep.
So yeah.
The economy would be booming.
So you're saying the Fed would have met its targets for inflation and lowered interest rates like he wants?
I don't know about lowering interest rates, because sitting at 1.3, in that area, and being able to sit at 4.5 overnight, or the 3.5 overnight, it's actually a pretty good position, because you've got a lot of dry powder, in situations of any economic vulnerability. So you really want to sit at what they call the neutral rate, and I think that's 2.5 to 3, somewhere in there, which is a little bit lower than it is today, but that doesn't really affect long-term rates. What affects long-term rates is how the auctions, the Treasury go, and those have been so weak lately. That's why the 30 and the 10-year have been spiking.
Yeah, I heard, wasn't it just like 6.75% is the new? I heard that.
No, the 30-year popped over 5 for the first time since 2008.
Ah, okay.
Oh my God, internet, not again.
Oh, Mike is frozen.
Why?
You wanted to do something? Too
Well,
bad.
why? I have really good internet and a fucking gaming PC. Stop it with the fucking Chrome.
The gaming PC is multi-core or is a single core for doing this stuff. You need multi-core.
I do have multi-core,
but it's only for gaming.
Yeah, you got single core for a video.
I'm gonna fucking kick this core in its teeth.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
Because you didn't do it.
Because you could have called them.
They had sufficient resources. No, that is not a question of how they had, but they don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
She admitted that she should have done more.
Like I said, it was her fault. She said it was her fucking fault, but whatever. If I say it's her fault, it's bad. She says it's her fault, it's good. Okay. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all don't watch the news like I do. I'm sorry. I have a weird sickness. Okay. You can't keep up. Don't try. It's
Hold
not
on.
good for you.
Hold on. Swede posted an article that we're going to share.
You could just share a screen. Oh, whatever. Whatever. I don't care.
Yahoo Finance. The Federal Reserve without tariffs, inflation would have dropped to pre-pandemic levels during 2025.
Oh my God, dude. He literally had to just not touch it. Just don't touch it. Don't touch it.
No, I want to touch it.
No, I have to just.
Everything he touches falls to shit.
He had to. Donnie, you're going to fucking go down in history as the greatest businessman ever. All you got to do is, I don't know, have some
Shut
golf.
up in golf.
I don't know, have some golf tournaments. He was like, they'll see me golfing. I know what I'll do. I'll bomb her and steal the president. Anything to keep anyone from seeing his whack ass golf swing.
As of February 2026, the tariffs can explain the entirety of the excess inflation in the core goods category since January 2025.
Wait,
Our
I have a
estimates-
button for this.
I believe
Stupido!
I believe two of those economists are not friendly to the liberal side of the world too.
Our estimates indicate that tariff effects on prices gradually build over time, with the cumulative effect 7 months after implementation consistent with our theoretical measures of full dollar for dollar pass through.
Paul is a shame. He's shameful.
Shame for display.
The study
For those that have played Shogun Total War.
Oh yes.
One of the best.
What's his name? This guy?
Bill Paul is a shame.
Jim Cramer.
He's shameful.
Yeah, where is Jim? Let's see what Jim Cramer's talking about.
It's probably nonsense. He's mostly nonsense.
He's
Jim Cramer. The fact that Jim Cramer's still alive kind of astonishes me a little bit.
His heart must be made of like whatever
No.
Sweet's got.
After Kissinger lasted as long as he did, nothing should surprise us about the evil people in this world.
Trump is still here.
Facts.
The article goes on to say, without the price increases caused by the tariffs, price increases for household consumer goods would have fallen below pre-pandemic trend lines for the Federal Reserve study found. And here is a graph that shows that.
Fake news.
Fake news.
I want you all to look at that line and notice that 2024 mark right there as far as it being under the pre-pandemic level. Who was president when it had returned in 2024? What was that again?
Oh man,
Obama?
Nope. It wasn't Biden. Man, he got voted out.
Data, man, data just.
Play the data dumbass button.
Oh, gotcha. Hold on.
Got your data
dumbass. Y'all
we
just
could be
being
living
nuts right now because you forget your own history.
We could be living in this world right here,
dude. And I would have a BYD and some solar panels to charge it.
We'd all have new houses.
Nah, I don't know. No,
maybe not the housing market.
No, the housing market would still be
ass.
Absolutely horrible.
But we wouldn't be paying $15 for a goddamn Big Mac.
Facts.
However, I don't believe that DDR5 prices would be where they are.
Oh, definitely not.
Man, I was looking to upgrade my.
No, you wouldn't.
Too.
I know more.
Nope.
I have a Ryzen 7 5800X, and man, I was like, man, a 98, X3D would be great.
I will draw your attention to the following statement. A paper published in February by economists from the Federal Reserve and Columbia University showed that Americans are paying 94% of the tariff costs. Other studies from varied sources found similar results. One recent paper looking at wine tariffs from Trump's first term found that consumers actually paid the full cost of the tariff and then some.
So, Swede, in your opinion, will the American taxpayer see any reimbursement for tariffs, or will it all go to the corporate sector?
It's all to whoever got the. Now, Americans will, if they ordered something off eBay from Japan and had to pay it, as a part of receipt, then yes. But whoever has the receipt from customs will be able to claim.
I also
I told y'all wouldn't get no tariff check. You wouldn't get no Doge check. You're not getting nothing. He doesn't have to win the re-election. He doesn't have to give you motherfuckers treats. He doesn't have to give you shit. He's just stealing now.
I also like the following statement. None of this should come as a surprise to anyone outside the White House. Tariffs raise prices. That's the only thing they do.
And to be fair, that's a good thing. If you want to use a targeted tariff against a bad actor country or a bad actor, of some nature,
Russia.
then raise the
like
prices to make it untenable to create for them to create a market for their goods.
Well, that's what Canada was doing with American milk.
No, it's okay. So there's two different types of tariffs. There's flat tariffs, which is what Trump is using, and then there's quota rate tariffs. quota rate tariffs are you can import up to X amount tariff free, and then after that, you pay a tariff. And what Canada did was they took our normal median exports per gallon exports, basically said 20% over that is your quota rate. We haven't paid a tariff on dairy, or the tariff on dairy for Canada hasn't been tripped in 30 years. The only reason that agreement is there is so that American dairy farmers can't get a wild burr up their butt and flood the Canadian market with dairy.
Right.
But there's no tariffs paid
Right.
on those.
Right. And it's so many people bought the lie that tariffs aren't going that we're not paying the tariffs. I mean, it's so obvious that we are with the price of things today.
Yep.
Oh, Mikey broke.
You know, you also had to keep track of all his insider trading, which reminds me, you want to see that stroke that I promised to show you?
Yes.
Check out Jim Cramer's reaction to the very clear fact that Donald Trump is indeed actively trading on insider information.
The president's been trading some intel in the quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, trade.
Got nothing to say about it?
But
What? Yeah, that response pretty
Jim
as someone who lives under FINRA and SEC rules myself, the JD Vance excuse of somebody else trades for Mr. Trump's accounts, that doesn't get you out of hot water for insider trading.
Right. That doesn't matter.
Well, but does his immunity cover financial crimes like this?
No, because it's not part of the duties of executing as president.
Yeah.
Perfect. He's not supposed to be doing it anyway. He's supposed to be taking his salary only.
The only way the insider trading couldn't come back to him is if all his money was in what's called a blind trust.
Right.
And whoever was managing it was acting on without any knowledge of the insider trading. So that we know that's not happening.
Yeah, that's definitely they're not smart enough for that one.
Well, no, number one. Number two, you can actually go out and see the Congress people who do actually use the blind trust system.
Right.
Is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Tim.
No. Why are there two of you? Oh, thank God.
That's
this is out of control. No, there are two of them.
No, there are two of them.
Now, Swede, I know you can't give specific information, but how fucked are we on this inflation thing?
So inflation could fall and get back to normal, but just remember when your kid stops growing, they're still over 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So for prices to come down, we need to come into what we would call a repair situation of deflation, in which it's a mean reversion back to where we were. It's very hard to do in any controlled sense. You've got to toil with, do a lot of things, especially, if supply gets flooded because prices are up and now prices have to fall precipitously. People tend to not spend because they're waiting for prices to keep coming down, the next month. If something isn't, so if there's a bunch of 5090 Ti's sitting in Best Buy's shelf and they start getting marked down, most people are going to wait for another month for Best Buy to mark them down again, and then another month. And if they notice a pattern on that, people don't spend money, and 70% of our economy is people spending money.
Right.
Yeah.
The average consumer. So, a lot, and CapEx from business, capital expenditure from a business standpoint is the exact same. You go to a developer who is buying timber from Canada, all of a sudden, we get flooded because, the tariffs were canceled for timber in Canada. They're going to wait as long as they can to try to, increase their margin by not, spending on that timber and getting it marked down. Well, guess what happens when that happens? People get fired, laid off, businesses close, And then you get in what's called the deflation death spiral. And that's what happened in 1931, 32 is when that started. And then the 1933, the Fed tried to tighten money supply. They did exactly the opposite of what they did, which meant, there was less money in the system, and it just exacerbated things. And that's why 1934 to 1937 was quite possibly the worst time to be alive in the United States in the 20th century.
Now the government can't even spend its way out of it to fix it because we're 40 trillion in debt now, or whatever the.
Well, and the lever that we can push a lever and probably close that down by 15 trillion pretty quickly. The problem is you have to destroy quite a bit of that with taxes,
which they won't do under this administration.
And God forbid we tax anyone.
No,
like Jeff Bezos.
Saying tax the rich is a slur.
That's a hate crime.
That is a hate crime.
Well, and it will raising taxes precipitously will also do exactly what raising interest rates does, and even faster and more effectively. Interest rates are kind of a really bad option to use. You should be letting it float to the neutral rate, and you should actually have a very dynamic tax system. Because that destroys money supply faster than interest rates does.
Right. But no, we won't do that because
it's a third rail.
Yeah.
And to do it properly, we would have to raise taxes on everybody across the board. It would have to be what I would call a graduated flat tax where there's no deductions against it. The first 50,000 has a 1.5%. No deductions. You have to pay it no matter what. Flat tax on the first 50,000, 3% on the next 50,000, and it just goes up from there. It's that would destroy money supply incredibly quickly.
Right, because there'd be no way to get out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other way is to go can the income tax system and go to a Georgia system where you have a land value tax on everything, which would destroy all property held for speculation.
Right.
Because you would instantly, to do that properly, you have to have a commons, and you have to be able to return property to the commons before it gets bought back out by whoever wants to develop it and put it to its what we would call highest and best use in the real estate industry.
So how fucked are we?
Very. I'm gonna go with very is my final answer.
How many fucks you got?
I would say November is going to determine a lot of that.
Yeah. Good. Make
no pressure.
More important. Yeah, no pressure.
Well, and let's be real here too. The right wing carrot of being able to blame ethnic groups, minority groups, whatever, for what's going on is still out there. And the second things, if things get precipitously worse than this, you'll have the blame game start up all over again, and people will be ripe for it, because it's so much easier to just go, there's a target, and everybody's used it.
Yeah, well,
it's not a Nazi thing, it's just a human thing.
Yeah. Instead of fixing our problems, we're going to blame it on somebody else.
Immigrants, Jews, trans people.
Yeah.
The blacks.
The blacks, yeah. It's
we could just institute a MIFO bill system. That would
and my question always is, all right, and when you've kicked everybody out that you don't like, and you've deported, you've remigrated everybody back to Africa or back to wherever.
Oh, please. I'm fucking
and your problems aren't fixed. What then?
They go to the next group. Or next
go after the Italians now. You know, it's Portuguese.
No, I'm taking you up on your offer. One trip to Lagos, please.
The Irish.
Oh, I got some northern. Ooh, or do I want to go to Belfast?
Yeah. Yes. They have their own problems, but yes.
Depends if you want to be around English people or
nope.
Irish
All right, Lagos it is.
Because Belfast is mostly English people.
Go to Galway.
Galway or Dublin or Connacht.
Are those all in Northern Ireland?
Those are all south of Northern Ireland.
Cork,
Belfast, and the
Cork
English stronghold is all Northern Ireland.
Yeah, that's the Republic of Northern Ireland. And the reason why they don't want to integrate is because of the number of Irish people that were in that area that were killed and then settled with English people. It's the same thing that happened with the Ukrainians in the east of Ukraine in the 30s, where Stalin murdered a bunch of them and then resettled with native Russians.
Because forcing population centers to move and merge never has negative effects. Nope.
Ever. 6 million people died in its own Holocaust with the Bolsheviks and Stalin. So
there is an argument to say that Stalin was worse. But he murdered everybody. So I don't know. Is that better?
Oh, he was very anti-Semitic too.
True. But he also murdered everyone with pretty good zeal. So
yeah.
I'm wondering, is everyone ready for the DSP to finally show its face? Democratic Socialist Party.
No,
not this.
We're still not far enough past McCarthy.
Yeah,
and I hate to say it, but Mikey and you and I, your age is probably the last group to get out of thinking that the Soviets were communist. Most people younger than you are able to discern that the propaganda that you, me, and then our parents all the way back what was fed was just a us versus them BS line. I could show you studies all day long that workers' co-ops outperform traditional capital structures, C Corp, S Corp, things like that every day, all the time. And if the open free market is all about efficiency, then everybody should be pushing, in a capitalist structure to go to a workers' co-op structure. They don't. The reason is because profit and wealth accumulation is the actual goal.
And I said that to Tim earlier. I was like, this would be a 100% different country if we had like 60% union participation.
Well, so I want a world where unions can't exist because everybody's owners.
I like that too.
Mm-hmm. Unions,
and that's why in the DSA they say unionization is actually our immediate goal, but the long-term goal is to where unions don't exist because they can't.
And I think the DSA is working in small pockets, but I don't think that Americans largely are going to accept like DSA parties in their states. Like you can get Workers' Rights Party, you can get in Connecticut we have a party called what are they called? Working Families. They're progressive, but they're not quite DSA.
Mm-hmm.
And they're slowly gaining membership because the Democrat and Republican parties are losing membership.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, until we go to a parliamentary system and get past this stupid first past the post bullshit.
Which we're never going to do.
I think we're closer to a constitutional crisis and having a rewrite of the Constitution than we are the DSA actually being popular.
Yeah. No, we're in the middle of a constitutional crisis. In the middle of one.
Well, I mean one where a convention is actually called and.
Yeah, I mean there are a number of states who are willing to sign on to a convention, just not 3/5. Like there's a few states, we're a few states shy of it, I think.
Yeah.
Just like
honestly, it needs a complete rewrite.
Yeah, we've been going through it on the show.
Yep.
And it does need a complete rewrite. There are so many parts of
13th
that
Amendment needs to be a
Constitution.
little bit stronger. I can tell you
And
that.
I would also like to throw in there Exhibit A, Mayor Mamdani. I think the iron is as hot as it's going to get. And if you're going to reform and reforge, it is now the time. And I think getting people's, while they're so fucking pissed off, and it's pragmatic, regular kitchen table shit, like free buses is genius.
Yeah.
Because that is the one thing that makes you miss your like 2 or 3 connecting bullshits is that motherfucker with the crinkly ass transfer trying to slide it into the fucking reader and do it.
Well,
Imagine if
it's
he
not
could just
buses
get
for
on.
them. It's the subway system.
Oh, for sure, it's a subway system.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing, and here's my problem. If you hang your hat too hard on Mamdani, is his tax and his raising of taxes accounted for 5% of the shortfall makeup. The rest of that came from state coffers.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
and that's something that the city's going to have to grapple with in the next budget.
Long overdue.
True, and it's very much that way, but it's not the win as much of a win as people think it is. Is it a win in that they closed it enough to where people aren't losing their social services and things are moving forward as they should? Yes. Is it as much as people think it is? No.
Well, I mean, they've been the city has been disproportionately paying its tax to the state anyway. The state is floated by the city anyway. So if they say, "Hey, let me get some of that," most of that shit's got my fucking stamp on it anyway. Yo, let me get some of that. I think
That's
they got
good for a couple years, and then New York needs to figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
Well, Kathy, you're right. Right now, Kathy Hochul and Albany's legislature have a real incentive to work with Mamdani because he's so popular.
Mm-hmm.
And after a couple of budget cycles, they're not going to want to do it anymore because either Kathy Hochul will move on or the legislature will be tired of paying for New York City.
Or another budget, a statewide budget crisis will come up,
right?
At the state level, Buffalo needs something, or Albany needs something, or the Catskills got flooded, and there's $3 billion of damage that needs to get fixed there.
I think the true test for Mamdani's policies is in his second term. If he gets to a second term, what will the state want to do with him then? And then what will he have to do to raise money?
How long are their terms? 4 years?
I think mayor, 2 terms, or 4 years.
4 years? I think his bellwether is 2028.
That makes sense because it's a presidential election year, and
not only that, but the budgetary system the state will either be like, we can't do this anymore.
I don't know if New York budgets for 1 year or 2 years. In Connecticut, they budget for 2 years.
I think it was just one.
So
Because
to me it's in 2 years. I think, we're still going to do a lot of this, but it's only going to be $8 billion instead of 11.5.
Right.
New York is an annual cycle for their budget.
Well, all cities do, but some states.
And is New York a balanced budget state?
Oh,
like
New York State.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Connecticut has a part-time legislature. I'm sure New York has a full-time legislature, but because Connecticut has a part-time legislature, we budget every 2 years. So the budget cycle is every 2 years. But New York State might have a 1-year budget cycle.
Now, New York maybe with Mamdani's pressure may be able to do statewide tax systems that may affect things outside of New York, but are fairly well regulated to New York itself and the Hamptons and places like that, to make up for anything that they're doing, because their taxing ability is much more robust, especially on the income side and things of that nature, where you can remain progressive taxation rather than regressive, because really the city's main base for taxation is either property or local option sales.
Yeah.
And sales is wholly regressive.
Right. And I think the city does have a small, because I think a lot of major cities do this. They have a small income tax for if you work in the city.
But
But
that
it's
has, I think that still has to go through the state legislature.
Yeah, it's very small too. It's like 2%.
I think that in Illinois it's the head tax they call it.
Yeah. But I was talking about earlier in the show that New York has been very aggressive with going after people who work in New York but not live in New York and getting income tax from that, because they're forcing the surrounding states to give tax rebates for the taxes that they're charging people.
For all the people that live in Hartford and take the train in every day.
Yeah. Connecticut has given a tax rebate for that because New York is like, no, that's our money. So they've been very aggressive since COVID in going after people who basically
I think the smartest thing
work.
they do is up that property tax even more.
Yeah.
Especially on second homes.
They need to make that ridiculous.
The only way that we're going to get supply to the point where we need it to be to actually start affecting home valuations, because let's be honest, it's the price of homes that's doing this, not the actual loan interest
right
point. And to do that, you have to destroy one of two things: demand. You have to destroy demand or reintroduce supply back to the field that is greater than the demand it currently sits. And those like, we have major pockets of supply that aren't being taken up, but nobody's going to move to Stockton, California, because there's 20% unemployment. Nobody's going to move. Nobody wants to move to Lexington, Nebraska, who lost its largest employer of 3,200 employees in a town of 10,000 people. If you want some cheap houses, there you go.
Make work from home actually permanent and stop trying to force employees back into the office.
I mean, that's
make a fluid workforce that can work from anywhere.
To do that, you got to unionize. To do that, you got to unionize.
If only people could get some kind of coordinated systems, like, oh, you just need an internet connection in an apartment, and you like to eat out food, and you like to drink at the bar, and you have a car that needs tires and shit.
Ding ding ding.
Come on in. But that's not the attitude. The attitude is not, let's dispossess all of these phantom landlords from these private equity firms that are just buying up properties left, right, and center. That's the issue. Those homes are being owned by corporations instead of by people.
So that's another misnomer, and I hate to poo-poo on a great talking point that usually would be lovely, but the total amount of homes owned by large institutions of any that goes to CalPERS. That's
define large.
That's the Illinois Teachers Union. That's private equity on Park Avenue. It is less than 70 basis points. It is less than 0.7%.
So
of all homes,
it's nowhere near what it is, what people think it is.
So why are housing prices so high?
Go look at how many homes were built in 1999 and then watch the graph plummet from there.
So it's just new homes.
It's new supply, population growth, population migration. So you have people moving from one area to another, and then you have a glut of homes in one spot, and then you have a undersupply in another. You have large scale. You still have large scale urbanization where people, all these kids that grew up, outside of 120 miles from Omaha still moved to Omaha or Kansas City or wherever to work, and they're not going back to Podunk, Missouri, or Dodge City, Kansas. They just aren't. And so the housing situation that you're seeing is being driven by people moving to Kansas City, which has very little room, left over, has to build a lot of houses, but you got a lot of cheap stuff in Dodge City, but nobody's moving there. So real estate is this really weird thing where you can talk about it at a national level, but it really doesn't matter at a national level. What matters is the street corner that you're talking about,
right?
And the internal and some of the external things that are going on within Phoenix, Arizona, at the corner of Camelback and Tatum. That's how granular real estate conversations actually get when you're talking about why an apartment is demanding the rent that it is.
That's what I was talking about. And then you brought up your very, very small number. Because especially if like in the Chicagoland area, people are fleeing Illinois in droves because high taxes, la. I like roads that work and bridges that don't fall apart. So I'll pay it. And I like schools that don't suck. So like everyone's leaving because of the high cost. So there should be tons of available properties. There's signs everywhere, Swede. I mean everywhere. We'll buy your house, sight unseen. We want your house. We'll buy your house. Come to find out, it is these. I'm talking about, Swede. Across the street from me, a place went from $97,000, a townhouse and one of 4 units in a thing, from 97 to I think it's 167 or some shit like that.
Got one.
He doesn't know. Nobody tell him. But it's like there are certain companies that have latched into markets like my market, and every single place we go, it's got the same little logo down in the corner. It's like, damn, they bought this one too, and this one too, and this one too. And they're are you familiar with RealPage?
Mm-mm.
So RealPage is apparently what they're using to assess their value, and they're all colluded to do it at the same time, which is why my rent went from $1,550 to $1,950 to $2,350 in 6 years. Just like they all, and it's not just my place. It's like, okay, maybe my landlord is raising his rent. Every single place in unison just started fucking jacking their shit up at the same time.
Yeah. There's a current lawsuit in Illinois and Florida and New York and Virginia about collusion, rent collusion.
That's what I'm talking about. The rent collusion conspiracy, which is totally not a conspiracy because
they were all using the same exact data source, and then they were manipulating the same exact data source.
Correct. Tough fucker.
And that's just property that was actually not landlords, the owners. That's property managers doing that.
Well, what else would you call them? Because they rent those places out.
Well, property managers don't own the property.
They better own this place, or I'm gonna be fucking furious.
No, the landlord, now very rarely it is. They can be the same person, but property managers and landlords are almost never the same person.
Yeah, if landlords own a couple
own
of
the
properties,
land,
yeah,
and the real assets, property managers are the ones that keep it up, collect the rent, make the deposits, make sure that everything's functioning. They're the ones that send the guy up to fix your sink. They're the ones that have to replace the stuff when it breaks, do the labor. So they're the ones that actually do. Property managers are the ones that actually add value by making sure that your door is still on its hinges and things of that nature. The landlord's the ones that doesn't add any value.
And for all of their Chicago properties, this company has an intrepid team of like 5 people to cover like 1,000 homes. So yeah, you call. First of all, they're going to send you to Jupiter. Talk to somebody over there for about 37 years. And then you can go online after you talk to them, after they send you the email. And then you can. So they discourage you from getting any of those prescribed property manager services that they should. They make it as uncomfortable for you as possible. It took me 14 days to get a furnace in winter. I was about to like, whoop, these drapes look like they'll burn nice. We're gonna keep warm today. I bet you this drywall will toast up real good.
Yeah. There's 4 groups of people in the whole like rental space. There's the landlords, there's the asset manager, there's the property manager, and there's the tenant. And the tenants are actually the ones keeping up the property and making sure that they retain their value, and they pay for the privilege to do it.
Just because they're so lucky to be able to do that.
Yep. Imagine a landlord owning your property. Nobody lived in it, and they would have to keep that up. It's easier just to have someone live there. You actually get less wear and tear. Somebody lives there
because they want to live there, so they take care of it.
No, because they actually use the stuff. The water goes through the pipes. The electricity gets flicked on every once in a while. It's a lot easier to catch a problem right when it starts and when it's small, and it's a lot cheaper than it is to wait for some large pipe burst.
I was about to say, you'll know when the pipes freeze a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Adam Smith talked about this very, very much. It's the landlords reap where they never sow, and that's one of my favorite Mao Zedong memes. Is it does Adam Smith's quote about landlords being the scum of the earth and how they reap where they never sow, and Adam Smith picture of Mao Zedong completely unrelated. And my other one is people try to differentiate between capitalism and crony capitalism. And I go, yeah, Adam Smith talked about that one too, when he said, "Ne'er is there ever a time when 2 businessmen do not get together where they do not end the conversation in conspiring against the public to raise prices."
On something.
All right,
so
gents.
You can always tell when somebody has read Adam Smith or not by how pro-capitalist they are.
Capitalism sucks.
Well, apparently that's gonna.
Adam Smith was here. Oh, here's how you can tell. Do you think the invisible hand is an actual thing? If they say yes, go. What are the constraints that Adam Smith put around it? He says, well, the invisible hand, it only works when domestically production is restrained from moving outside of the domestic sphere, meaning competition cannot remove its productive capacity outside of the market and bring it from elsewhere. Meaning all those, move our production facilities to Mexico, China, Taiwan, whatever. That was completely against everything Adam Smith stood for.
Thanks, NAFTA. do.
Thanks, Bill Clinton.
No, we love Bill Clinton. If you ask the fucking chat.
Yeah, Clinton was probably one of the. I mean, for the most part, he and Nixon were pretty much 1-1, straight up.
1-1A.
Yeah. Because Nixon, as racist as he was, put that aside, he was still kind of a liberal's liberal with the OSHA and EPA and a bunch of other things that he
almost got universal basic income going.
Mm-hmm.
It's darn close.
So there was a lot that Nixon actually got going and moving.
He banned weed. Fuck him.
But he was also behind the entire drug war and flooding the streets with crack and everything else. And Clinton was the 3 strikes you're out.
Yeah,
crime bill.
Yeah.
So it's racism all the way down.
Spearheaded in the Senate by a black-haired Joseph Robin's Egg Biden.
Yep.
Which is why I say fuck all of them.
Which is why you say it's racism all the way down.
No, you love Biden, Mikey.
Chad
clearly knows you love Biden.
It's too late for any of those people. They're all gone now.
I know. This is just
I bored him to death with my actual statistics.
You can't tackle that with facts. They want feelings.
You can't give these people numbers. You have to yell at them.
Literally, the only time he will respond is if I curse at them. That's the only time they understand.
There are so many ways that you can show that Biden was just not the ally you think he was, and you use him saying the N-word on the Senate floor, which is not an example of that, because he was quoting somebody and he was under oath, which is about one of the few times a white person can use that word and have it be okay. Because you have to quote them exactly if you're under oath.
No, I could still slap you. It's like I get what he had to do, but I also had to do what I had to do. We both were stuck. It's catch-22.
Nope.
There was no way for him to win.
Quoting someone like this.
Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards.
Don't let Lawrence O'Donnell hear that. He'll start another whole lecture series about how journalists need to be like the journalists were back in the 1930s. Back when I was born, I would always talk like this, exasperated for everything. Fucking Jen Sack is like, hey.
Isn't that where yellow journalism came from, or was that the 1800s?
Him. It came from him. Fucking Jen Sack is like, hey, Lawrence, what do you have to talk about today? Oh, today I'm talking about the 5 worst things Trump's ever done. Oh, can I get a sneak peek? No.
No.
That is legit what he said last night. I was like, dude, be nice to Jen. Fucking what the? No. She's like, can I get a spoiler? No spoilers.
Yeah. All and Keith Olbermann would have been like,
these were the free speech advocates.
Good night and good luck. greatest on-screen. We need that in 4K. Somebody restore that thing.
Yeah, man.
Go in the Smithsonian.
Some classic.
I saw it on Broadway with Clooney.
The Olbermann thing?
No, the Good Night and Good Luck.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you saying you were going to go see George Clooney at a play, and I was like, what the fuck? And then it was that play. I was like, oh, okay.
He was Edward R. Murrow, and he did a damn good job. And the ending of the play was a montage of all of the things leading up to Trump getting elected, and the last scene was Musk doing the Heil.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's been awfully quiet, hasn't he?
He went to China with Trump to try and get some sort of fucking deal.
I'm just saying he's not talking as much.
Yeah, because he can't, because his investors will disinvest.
Well, he's also gearing up for his IPO, and he has to be radio silent right now.
Yeah, because SpaceX is going to be
his S1 has to do all of his talking for him. When he filed that S1 for the prospectus for the road shows for SpaceX, he has to shut up. There's nothing he can say.
We should goad him. Everybody re-download Twitter. Piss him off. Piss him off. It's easy. Tell him he's got a weird egg-shaped penis.
Nobody has a weirder looking torso than he does.
Yeah.
Or his face.
It's like he was drawn by a child.
Well, my face is ugly as hell too, so I'm not going to talk about somebody else's
you're good. No, I still think my 2 favorite things with Elon Musk is one, that interview where he talks about the Princess Bride and it has
your face.
Brain damage and doesn't say anything for like 2 minutes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Or the other one where it was like him walking around Tesla's office trying to explain shit and where people sit and how they work. And it was the creepiest.
It was weird.
The creepiest thing. I'm like, I quit. I don't want to work here. Nope.
Yeah.
Was it creepier than Ivanka Trump's light in her eyes going out when she walked into her childhood bedroom?
Oh. Is it worse than JD Vance trying to order donuts
on a couch?
No, I think Elon Musk having a full-on like fucking his brain needed to reboot while quoting a Princess Bride is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen that man do.
I'll pull it up. Who was interviewing him? Was that Don Lemon?
I think it was.
No,
yeah.
No, it wasn't Lemon. That? Lemon was a different, more angry interview.
That was the one about him trying to defend conspiracy theories, which also didn't go well.
Yeah, that dude is fucking
nuts.
He's on the ketamine a lot. He just loves it.
I found
Ketamine and
it.
Ozempic.
I found it. Okay.
Ozempic.
Oh, it's got music behind it. You guys are so weird.
So sweet. How long do we got until our fuel storage situation gets fucked?
6
No,
months.
I haven't really dug into that right now. I will be over the next 3 weeks because I have 3 drilling programs that we're looking at funding. So
let us know, huh?
Or a better question is, what's the timeline for if the strait were to open today? How long would it take to get unfucked?
3 months.
The
Jeez.
things only go 15 miles an hour.
I think the last ship from when it was open just hit port today.
Oof.
So now the squeeze begins.
January?
February 28th.
So if you were to open it today, you would probably load up a tanker, Australia. I mean, it takes 2 months for a tanker to get down to Perth. Brisbane.
So our blockade of their blockade was a bad idea.
No shit.
Need to reopen the strait that was open before we had it closed because we attacked them unprovoked.
Or
we're going to build a new
fucking
strait.
you crazy bastards.
We're going to just build a new strait through
Yeah,
Israel.
Just dig a moat and then go around them. And then, who's got the strait now, Iran?
Yeah, we should build this giant pipeline to just take it, around and then go through Yemen, which is completely stable.
Yeah.
There's probably not a war going on there.
And also has a geographic part to it that has no shifting sands and could never create such a movement of its geography that would, bowl over a pipeline or anything like that.
I have on good authority that Hootie and the Blowfish are on residency there. So, God damn, you're an embarrassment. Shout out Soldier Boy. Here's what you were talking about.
7 months since Elon Musk officially bought Twitter. In less
Oh
than a
man,
week
remember
since he
Chuck
named a
Todd?
successor as CEO.
Nope.
He's gone.
He ain't around much no more. He doesn't do Meet the Press.
SpaceX does not appear to be shying away from controversies surrounding his tweets and various public comments. In a wide-ranging interview with CNBC's David Faber, Musk defended his remarks and opinions and says he will continue to be outspoken regardless of the toll it takes.
You know what? Let me just do David Faber since you gave me the guy's name, which is all I actually needed. Aha!
Nope.
Did they scrub it? Oh, there it is.
I was about to say.
Where's the whole thing?
You don't need the whole thing.
Well, what if I get the wrong clip?
It's only like 10 minutes long, Mikey.
It's not a long interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only 10
just
minutes long.
Several minutes of silence as he's trying to remember what the movie.
Are you going to have full autonomous on the roads of Austin by the end of June?
Not the right one.
Yeah, this doesn't look right.
No, it's the other one where he's on the thin chair. That one.
There you go.
Thank you for allowing us.
Yeah, this is an hour.
Yeah. No, it's this interview. I'm pretty sure.
But you said it was only 10 minutes.
Oh, well, the clip that I found was only 10 minutes.
You guys are confusing me.
Use the search function. Princess Bride.
On it. Transcript.
Best feature YouTube ever added was the transcript feature.
I hate how they had to take away the summarized video thing because that meant I didn't actually have to watch the video.
I'm reminded of the scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father.
You don't know his name.
And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care.
The story behind that scene.
You want to share what you have to say.
It's not that.
It's not that. Mandy lost his dad. What was it, like a month before that scene? And he was confronting his dad's killer, which was cancer. And that's what he was. If you've never read about this,
I want
it
my
will
father
make you
back,
cry.
you son of a bitch. And stab him in the face.
I feel like that was edited.
No, that's the full no.
All right, so no, skip just a little bit farther forward from that. I think is where there's just
I'll say what I want to say, and
Okay.
if
Because he did have like we Mississippi'd it and we had a big laugh,
Yeah.
and I was like, that wasn't the pause.
the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Okay. But I mean, when you link to somebody who's talking about the guy who killed children in a mall in Allen, Texas, and you say something like it might be a bad psyop. I'm not quite sure what you meant, but
In that particular case, there was somehow that
He sound like he need to be in our chat. That's what he sound like. This how these little motherfuckers be coming in here yelling at us about dumb shit. Motherfuckers can't even fucking man.
that's not that that obviously people were killed, but it was, I think, incorrectly ascribed to be a white supremacist action. And the evidence for that was some obscure Russian website that no one's ever heard of that had no followers. And the company that found this
It's called Twitter
is Bellingcat.
at the time.
Right.
And do you know what Bellingcat does? PsyOps.
right. I couldn't really even follow exactly what it was you were trying to express there, so that's part why I was.
Hey yo, we're back, baby. We're back. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up.
Bellingcat.
Right.
And do you know what Bellingcat does? PsyOps.
Right. I couldn't really even follow exactly what it was you were trying to express there, so that's part why I was curious.
I'm saying that I thought the ascribing it to white supremacy
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
was bullshit.
Okay.
And that the information for that came from an obscure Russian website and was somehow
Bro, his pupils are enormous. I can see him from here.
magically found by Bellingcat, which is a company that does PsyOps.
And there's no proof, by the way, that he was not.
There's no. I would say that there's no proof that he is.
And that's a debate.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God! All right,
This is who motherfuckers are. Him and Trump. There was like they got America under control. The fate of 340 million people. They got this under control. Y'all are so fucking dumb. I can't stand y'all sometimes. And the fact that we're gonna have to save y'all and bring you into our brave new future anyway, with y'all kicking and screaming, begging for fucking torture and volcanoes. Like these would be the only motherfuckers on the trip with the One Ring to be asking for the fucking swamp. Like, man, can we just go back to the stinking bog again?
Republicans.
I liked it down in the bog. That was fun.
all right, gentlemen. It is late.
I need to sleep so bad.
I'm sure Mark has to work. I assume in the morning.
Probably.
And
He just shows up. He just shows up if he has to be there or not. Am I here today?
And Swede must have something very important to do tomorrow. I have no idea.
It is my kid's last day of school tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
School's over?
We go, they start like second week of August. So yeah, we get out pretty early.
See, I feel like that's when I used to start school. I felt like we always used to start at the end of August.
In Iowa, it was not till like September because they had a deal. Schools had a deal that they would never start until a week and a half after the Iowa State Fair got over.
Huh. That makes sense.
It's not a terrible idea.
Well,
You figure all the farm kids.
As I about to say, we need them kids to set this damn show up. You think I'm doing this with my back?
We need
And it was it was
Yeah.
2 weeks. It was 2 weeks, and the reason was because they didn't want all the kids having to do two-a-days during the fair.
They say, "Oh, you will be playing football, and you will be setting up this tent."
Child labor.
Get your big corn-fed, beef-eating, muscly ass over here and set this tent up. I ain't doing this shit.
Your 4-H ribbon ain't gonna tie itself.
No, drive it in deeper.
In college, Tim showed cattle because he went to school in a cattle yard.
You did, Tim?
No.
Yeah, you did. UConn. It's in the cattle yard.
Oh no, I went to Southern. I didn't go to UConn.
Nah, you went to UConn now.
No, Swede, I teach at Southern now. I'm a professor.
Wow.
Yeah, they let me teach sociology and political science.
Oh man, I just had a flashback to And1 mixtapes. The professor.
Swede, were you here when Tim shared his paper that couldn't be legible?
All right, Swede.
Swede, can you crack the codex?
This is the very last thing, and then we should probably all go.
It's just so funny.
It's easy to read. They're just being dramatic.
I am not.
They're just doing it for content.
I called my wife in, and she's great with that, and she couldn't read it.
It is a nightmare.
It's it's obvious. So very obvious.
Well, then I would like you to read the whole thing for us.
I did last time.
No, you didn't.
I did. You just don't remember.
No, you did do it.
You forgot.
Yeah, I did. So you better do it again.
Somebody run the tape back.
All right, I found it. No, don't try and analyze that text. Please don't try and analyze that text. Adobe's like, do you want me to analyze this? No.
I don't think it could.
Give it a fucking virus.
Full context on this is the final for an intro to sociology class. These are written essays by one student. This is page 1.
Looks good.
All right, not too bad.
Not terrible. Not terrible.
Make it
Changes a little
bigger.
bit.
There we go.
But...
Get rid of that guy on the right. Or on the left, sorry. That bar. There you go.
Fairly legible, I would call this. Fairly legible. The question they're trying to answer is... Hold on, I have the test right here. How is gender socially constructed, and how does this construction contribute to sexism?
It's constructed because it's made up of humans, Tim.
Constructed by a bunch of people who wrote stuff from thousands of years ago.
Basically.
Haven't been able to frickin' let go of it.
I just love that it keeps changing like types of writing.
Yeah, she
and
has
different pens.
different pens.
So this person has ADD.
Oh, they were high as fuck when they wrote this too.
At the end there, they're just like, you know what I'm saying.
Because my handwriting style changes 8
Me
different
too.
ways from Sunday.
Okay.
But I would assume it's still legible.
No, not always.
I have very neat print, and my cursive is passable.
Now, it's around here where I haven't been able to read it.
So around here is where the dopamine has completely depleted.
The brainstem is soaked at this point.
So the reason this is scanned in is I had to send this to my department chair and be like, how do I grade this?
How I grade?
How do I tell them I need an explanation? He's like, just give them a D.
You're like, all right.
So they couldn't type this out, or
It was
In
so
class,
it's
wasn't
those
it?
like blue books.
oh, it's a
that
blue book.
handwritten-
Oh,
yeah.
yay! Great, wonderful.
I can't let them type things because they'll use AI for everything.
Because they cheat.
So
Well, they keep fucking cheating.
AI isn't cheating if you do your test right.
Well,
Ding.
I haven't discovered how to do it correctly yet.
So, Tim,
Do
Go
it with
to
the
good-
full assumption that they're going to use AI, and then create the test centered around how they went about verifying what they were.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just make them explain.
or go to a Goodwill, a bunch of Goodwills, find a bunch of typewriters. Just load up your classroom with typewriters.
Oh
And
my
you'll have a
God.
room. You'll have
Clickety
infinite
clack.
8 typing on typewriters, and you'll get the complete works of Shakespeare.
That would be hilarious.
I will donate to this typewriter fund that you are going to be starting with the school.
Some Christian, some young Earth creationist just kicked the covers off the bed like they said it. One of them said it. I felt it. There was a disturbance in the force.
Bro, you have been listening long enough to know that that's not what this show is about.
What are you talking like for real? What are you talking about?
Hey, Genghis Khan, we're all leftists. Fuck off.
Like, what are you saying even?
Well, no. What was it? 1 or 2 episodes ago, I was called an imperialist.
Oh, Mark is an imperialist.
Well, you are.
Well, I mean, you are. You're an American, therefore you're an imperialist. Get over it.
But in the context of the conversation where I was called an imperialist, it made no fucking sense.
Well, why would they need to make sense? That's what we're for.
Yeah, imperialist. You imperialist pig. All right, let's get out of here so we can all get some sleep.
Tim Young ill.
MG.
Mark is an enemy of the workers.
Tim Ben Salman.
Capitalists unite under the dark side.
No deals with the enemies of the workers.
Fidel Famine.
All you have left to lose is your chains. Unless you're into that.
We're not here to judge or kink shame.
We don't shame.
All right.
A couple eyebrows might go up, but that's just reaction. We can't help that.
For the few of you still watching, like and subscribe. Become a member on the show. On the channel. Buy a shirt. We got new merch. It just happened. We spoke it and it appeared.
Like the prophecy foretold.
Patreon.com/TheBinPodcast if you have a moral objection to YouTube. And we still got this one up too. Hey Mark, is that Etsy store still active?
Yes.
You
Yes,
can
it
do
is.
my Etsy store.
My wife makes awesome things. She has made even more things. If you go look at cool things, she crochets stuff, and it's very cool. You should buy stuff. And there's discounts for using the link for the show. So
promo code unbox. Swede, plug your Etsy store.
don't we have that clip? Or were you talking to Swede?
Swede.
To Swede, go.
Yeah, go to my Etsy shop. I do professional actual photography. Do infrared, full spectrum 720 and 850 nanometer and above. Mostly migratory wildlife, and yeah, it's all printed on aluminum and can be to any size you want.
Ooh.
I'm just starting to get things loaded up, so
those are nice.
Damn.
So yeah, I can go anywhere. I can go on the square ones. I can go 16 by 16 all the way to 45 by 45. And I can go on the 2x3s aspect ratios. The biggest I go is 40 by 60.
Can we get one of Trump migrating down a flight of stairs?
I only do original work.
Damn it.
He
I'll
would
let you
have
know
to
when that
work.
happens.
He would have to be there to take a picture of Trump falling down the stairs.
So if I can catch it with one of these two.
Got it.
Don't worry, gravity's doing all the work for us.
Yeah.
I have sold several of the Sandhill Crane picture. That one has been favorited amongst a lot of people. The pine tree one I just edited and got up today.
It's very
got
fancy.
several others that will be posted over the weekend. So,
Well, there you go.
All right, guys.
Check
I'm
out
starving.
Irish Swede store. Yeah. Thanks for Irish Swede for coming on the show and explaining to us all of the things.
I've learned.
we're all done for the day then.
Yes, we're all done learning for the day.
Yep.
Well,
Go home.
Brain off.
I'm getting done with the year at this point. I'm ready to skip.
it's only May. Join us next week.
There.
Oh no.
we will probably be more depressed about things.
Dude, I gotta handle all this fucking stress and depression, and I gotta pack and move. Ugh.
Yuck.
Don't forget to drink your me.